mi kumenya papa mwado suwa sasiso maya mwa Ghana mai maninye ye adasame we ya santinia we ya pepeni we ya monani we ya nkreni if I go see baby ara if I go to baby ara maya mfa odo bia kuyempa mu mai mate I'm pleading with my brothers, my sisters. I'm pleading with all the media. I don't wanna talk about me, why be a magana mine? Dr. sid, why be a magana mine? Jebby down quiet, swear be a magana mine. Tete kwashi, swine be a magana mayo. JJ Rollins, Bema say be one mayani now. John Ejekum Kufue, what's it anyo? Coffee dear way, Missy, but you are ye man. Bema baby, Wama bayani now. Professor Tamil say, what's it anyo? Even beefy music, why you know? Be a night band, what's it then? Go be a night band, Busumuru, why you know? Nelson Mandela, why you be a man with the mind? Martin Luther, on the swag, be a man with the mind. Now, say to try, or two for, what's it then? Asantini, Swaya Yenio. Obay Maya Santua, Obay Maya Santua, Oba Bessia watching up Remuano, Akojia Santimai. Gana Dominamia Wadeka, Binamia Wadeka, Gana Dominamia Wadeka, Binamia Wadeka, Edra Wameno, Epota Meno. Shimaina makes them when it be a moarao. Mama Yang Bakwe, Mama Yang in Kabum. In Kabumuna, Mama Yang Biakuyo, Biakuya, in Kabum, 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 Ghana, Mona Nema Pache Hakali, Chiking Ghana, she is a Yawayena, Kuberi Muyin Buddha, she is a Yawayena, Kuberi Muyin Buddha, how of it for me, how of it for me, Ghana being how of it for me, how of it for me, she no be a fish what Asumkie no be a river. Asumkie recono. One no Finijaya. Only John Mahame, His Excellency Mama. Sena me Shirama way, John me Shiranka what and this never CPP never Endifue, Kusasifue, Mampusi, Frafrafue, Glushifo, Dagombae.
Well, I obvious like all the baby me as I'm free can one anka home say ofi achim na fi me fi ayi kuma wura shi na af Kenya so na ka the account all the shame say na share passion dey na share passion dey but obvious like Collins why am Ghana here ayi NDC MPP ko go do NDC John Mahama MPP Nana Akufo edu CPP na edina kem edu ayi papa kwasi dubi na kam edu ayare na kam so omunyina ka oti next time but is the Ghana for bibi e be kan e fi ani han na say bi asum especially yedi yawoda say de ye wo kwan say timi kire ya adwen woni kwan so na yetimi amagana apem akonka ene o hyase no nan no eno ada bo hye no ne se ye no betena kopem se dwumadi a ekoso ewo Independence Square efa Ghana yawoda kase ye wono ebeba na wiye na yeso edwumadi aba na wiye ewo eye Adom bedroom extended version so obakaya African Youth Choir for edika de joma brain one be proper kwan kase power bro eno achibi na abo fudi de obakata nsema wodo etodwa enedue yawodai 57 years in the nsema wodo etodwa eso edi abro ya bro fun so oni fi eye Germany Hamburg so abeto Ghana joma nkasa ewo hanum sei nche se afi na wabeka ye ho a onka achi ni mo okachi kakra bi onka achi sa ozo akachi kakra bi nyoma bibra atwagu ubanya sa akwanya no so ne atinye di nkita ho but say de be ne say my text message number on 1760 na watimi eni so adi komo ye wo empanyfo atitiri wa ha anopai yesi nkonwa so a won de be nantima free 57 abepimani ye na mafoi nyema bebre ebri ye so ye ntihwe yase efi se Ghana 50 prekopa na santan ebesi ho de asesa bra na won wo ho eni enei de atochim ene woni stress nka ebi ho kra nke be san akra echi nyakofa anase ebi ho nso anke be fe ni ahyem kina no san komodie ni nyina nam ebe baso e wo ha adesua pii be piem ene anopai e wo bedwam dwene ntu ye krado na emom ya ho siesie towards Independence Day yedi ne no ye wonfonyini ahodo bi wo ho no ma ye be se yi kire wo eno achi ye ba madam panyfo a na me won adom wona tena bedwam anopai e wo ha na afye ni wona didi nkomo agi nimdie ene akwankyere ene nsem pii a ebi wo ha ye ho bedwiri yen ebi wo ha ye se be fem ebi wo eni beji saa ebi wo nso bo sampa Ghana ye nyina ye pese ebe pema ko enkan ye ko hwesa mfonyini nimra ye bape ye nkomodie na hyase nkomoni mu ano ehu behia se ye be ko Independence ko akɔhwɛ de ekoso nso a eno so ye de bebro nti ye nsem pii ene anopai.
We are very set for tomorrow's Grand Parade. Invitation cards have been issued out in the various colors, which will show which stand the person carrying the particular color will go to. The general stands, there are no invitation cards, so anybody at all can go to the general stands. For vehicles, there are also vehicle passes in colors, red and blue, identifying which car will pass through which entrance and park where. The police have already come out with some instructions as to where they are going to control the traffic from.
When it comes to security itself, the police and other security agencies will be here in their large numbers to ensure that they provide adequate security, adequate protection for the function here, and ensure that there's law and order on the ground. Protection or provision of protection is going to be for all, not only for the police or not only for the dignitaries here, but for every Tom, Dick and Harry who would come here tomorrow to witness the anniversary parade. We are also going to ensure that, quite apart from this place, other places in the city and other places in the country are also going to have the events celebrated at the same time. So we are going to secure those events also. We are not going to concentrate only our attention on this place. We are also going to ensure that since tomorrow is going to be a holiday and a merrymaking day, people are going to go holidaying. And so we have to ensure that we provide them with adequate protection, adequate security to ensure that nobody takes advantage of the occasion. And so you see police officers at the beaches with holiday makers. I mean, providing security at the beach and then providing safety measures at sea so that people who are swimming and find themselves in some trouble are saved. So the Marine Police Unit will be at work tomorrow. Then we are not going to leave our communities ajar, so to speak. We are going to ensure that we cover our blades within our communities, where people are going to desert and throng the what we call it, the Independence Square or the Blaster Square, so that people don't take advantage of their absence in their homes and strike them behind them.
Well, yeah, we are rather Boboa now 1 year for Ende. We are posted for here Steve Obimpe. Na Commander Steve Obimpe on also share the go akwamu fabe. Bibiano Titinoti Steve Obimpe di and it say anya de ketwa akomko. We dey o hwe de the ACCCA I mean no kase. The o hwe de CCA ya kase ye the ACN. Edisi su Ghana for obaji edi keke but my main cow said ni na asbe bro na ozuwati metwa woni su ade kakra e wo fie ana baby ahibia menyi ni se na de okọ adwuma esa na tu ho ache na ya broso na de ese jiwa home na dwene Ghana ho jiwa home je na umpa no kra na enko ye woni wabusua na oyere na umma na wadwuma ene de dodo na jina Ghana ye die ni nkoso so busuo ni esan bia na empare yen so ntino ene de ma ozo de nko fawo de nko je achi kakra sana nkanda normal citizen we call it as ma make my man penfo brempreko na afi asma make ya se sana tia ya ma me Lucy anyone any de eja we de ko kase onyim no Ghana ha na se wi asa from babia o kasa na je was no ese wa ese o hwe wona aboa ma Ghana bedu sam pempenso o twiri udidi free abakosem ngomani mu a o twa entwe entino ma afishapa na me nkoso ma ahoden sa na bibia wonye fe wo raso kodwum
me kwada me daso de midwa
wa daso de udwa I see the people go
nya me ne mpa bonanse na me nua bi wo ya se kra na yensie na so so wo ya amansem de nation first nti na nka me tanka ni se me bakora
okay
nti na mo hume tuntum
ni na ka ema yako
yo smeta mas
I don't prefer the the boni century adwuma de wo ye de ko kase ja prefer so tinga Ghana tu ho acha adwuma se de kase on tinga mpemfo no di kan di de boni century adwuma no won pese won manage ne na so yie se de be ya obi an sori no nkasa kwa obi an sori no ntro bibia kwa wabo yie ene ne so de wo Adom bedwam ni Adom FM so to hwa Adom bedwam na Adom FM zi de botimu di ebiseko no odi uti ja ma che na de ma che
mumi
bibia aboko
se mi di amantre no
eno amantre no
se no ko hanu aba uje we mu enye yi na we nso kosoro nso enye yi nti eda so nsato ni nyina
sanity enkomo me pese e be sha ase free o se de na me ka kwa na ma me sha ase se enei ayeti said the president kuminya na adoso na ayeti said me kwabna santimi wi a na me hokani ne me ma me wi a na ma be busua me wi a na ma be hwe madwumfo me hwe a na ma be hwe busua ansa kwa na Ghana de wo no na o hyeto ho be ti ansa na be chicha am na duru Ghana so no na so na me gidie no me nyini se mo pe so de emfa wo se wo dan kura wasi kura no wo de ma Ghana abo afode ma Ghana ene de na asesa de na asesa eja
ye asem na wo din no se ase pese me nkuminye bi ene me pese me ye maye kan me nkoa ene ye di kan ewo mrantie ni bi won ebremu na se wo hwe se de yen beto nananom na sa pese me nkuminya na ni ho na won no de oman ni yie no na ehia won enti se wo dwene a ansa na obadwene wo no ani brutu mu kura no na wadi kan fa wo man de na si ho ahwe ne daache ebeboa ansa na impu wadwene ne de ho nanso ene no asa na amafo ma eba no ohwe wo no ni brutu mu kura ansa na wabadwene wo man ne ho eno na eye yakakra awo mu yese won trance na won sisa ne yembi edigu awiem ne yehwe na suban bi a won giri so na kowura mu no so ne dan won ho de a menim se nkyiri ma aba no nso befa won isu no so no won asua na mo sa abiri ya de won de kɔ no se me pɛ me nko a me de ene me mma ene me fiefo de no de emwa yen ya hweye pa ebeto mrebe no yebedi ne hyehyehye
ma ebeba so baba me kete bra no yebekɔ eye independence kora fe yedi fu ni kakra bra ma pɛyi sha se na montu no kɔ so pepepe ne yagya atum na fe se de ehwe de ahoho a ene mpanyimfo a yato nsa afro on se momra mbɛso yase ebra yedi awoda kɛse se mfi aduonum nso enye mfikutu se ade no se oya adwuma abadwuma nkra ana se obabi a ke ebawuru ma ene sa se okɔ ohomjia ne sa ma me musa ye na ma ene asesen se de oti de agya befrega de na ma ene asesen
me wira ho bebiri ama Ghana se wo hwɛ oman ya di mfie aduonum nso enano with newspaper graphic ni wo hwɛ graphic mfimfini ha odona bola ya bola etise o my Ghana just say ye frey ni amakofa bridge so de ya metam cross ko VIP na usu just wo de wani kura ha hwɛ fam a na ko ya mo ahyew na susuam pa de hye mamba ne yesi ye bedi mfie aduonum nka me de to be Ghana bronika to be honest no yes sir first things first and I know me na ba ko asma me de no call hospital say pollution say from my ye home no Ghana no yare nko a na enfie aduonum nso ekande obi a machine my bebere we ye friend fanfare and yet time bia na sabe ye a bit cry because I holiday no. Yantra fie kom ye clean up. It can be done. Sort ya say. The entity sika bi say sika ye de ye hwan na ekoso say. Nti susuam pa mom wa fra ni pa fie bruchire na odo na go krom hankon. So wo kokro abruchire kro bie mu to say River Thames e dem krom fifi. Wo ko Czechoslovakia ensuo de krom fifi. Wo ko Calgary na no me ko Calgary kwame ya me ko Bo River e Kromfifi nsuo no hunani ete se enka akora be hunani na twese yete ha na ana we ye se fanfe amenifa sabe ngwase maye and this why so bola we ye Kromfifi nsuo na make you yanka sa amre boat na ne na mo chire na River Thames will be anase father brochire ni baby abekorte na mo ball ete say we ye force of match ya FIFA na mba ma family be na ye se ye be ye we fanfare na be wira ho e che se Ghana ye nim ya ye ehumi aye ehumi nyina ye so polluted efi na epuyen e di nti na wose ye sika we ye friend fanfare why ye bibia ma wo ho atowo no
na fe we je say
na why ye we no me to me no de e fanfare e ho ni mfaso se bisa se sika sen no mo de celebration wo Independence Square
ti de wo kan say esan say ye kurade nim de ye ni
exactly
sa ni die we ni de mem kura akasika ye twa say ye de be sa de we ni sinto a ewo wo man ni mu
exactly even kan krokra ye fancy esi ye nkofo se machine na wo se ye de to se caterpillar or se dito se na yam fan clean even a crack room
again and then the end the others and then you
bet to me in a quiet way here found fair way a brochure wing na ye dear would die a here found fair and you may be nipa what 7 predia sabi birthday be or smedi 60 na my nyesi come see my sitting na sabi e bi a wo one by one bi na woni ye so woni birthday kese o hwa birthday kese no e ye won ma ya bo bra bi a ye ni ye ana me bo aha I would die di no you cut your coat according to your cloth sort ya center would no what do stage bi a wo hunu sempempen so me nka wasem na anu ada last year me ko Calgary Canada na Florida bawo wo mo bo river no wo Calgary na akajama na wotwe ensa pe na wo so wo mo your friend stampede wo mo IBA na asibia within 2 weeks or 3 weeks wo mo mobilize biara be clinic credit ni bi Florida na ye Florida ketwa wo ya evacuating crofo free baby a take na ye krodo clean ye de ye fanfare no
agana ha
na se tibola ho sei e to do river ho sei ya sabe de ne yaka anase se wo ko fro obi kura se ho se wombra na won ya wo de nam sa de so mframa se black star square kura ben odo ayi ba bi ameka yi o hwensu e flat motor so ha ya na kure nsimfini ya wo ko Czechoslovakia do a ye clean a restaurants banks of the river na sa ball e te ho ye te ho ni ya be ka ko fa sika we si ye de ye fanfare ye ani me ho hia ho hia to me no
yen kwa abontene nkoti Ghana for adehye ni bi no so no wono so nti ase ene se de wono si hu se ne masiko ba jade ma Lucy kai de yakemu
wodu ani famu de a sana ye si hu no sanse wo de wo kan wa hwe ye wo esu bi a esese sa brinka ye yie fie mu nanso eno akita yen besi ne sabi obi ye bola ewo ni fie a na de Odo river no ho na anajo no wa ba be hwie gu ho sew no wokọ ade echen so a no address de ma address ya oso ye krati ni nanso niema a oye no wo na chipa no eno na akofa sa na ema we ni mu nyina aba
bebe na sa susuban no ebe wura Ghana fo mu aye hu a afa ye prekope
won se enya sa afa ye prekope na aye ne ho na ye nketenkete ase obi nka ase obi nhwe na ekwa na asumesi ye asumesi nko na eye afi obehwe na obenten so ye na afi adidi mu a na de aba bisi sabre na se wo hwe se de yasetre mu pa ne se de efi mene yen no a na eso obusa wo se enti ye kura no se de edipasu oben pa na ye san se wo bi a wani afiri na se wo ye wo bola na baby ensuo ne nam no ho na wo de aye bola na wo kotobu a wa wadwene sen na tie ma enso na ya wo se eyaban the we face aban no nso eyemenu mienu na necessary na akura kosi baby a say yenye sika kura na ye de pia afiri ho na nso nyo bi na ye yi yen a
asemisa se ba de say dia na akandifo a edi anim wan edi tumi ahye mo nsabra no bra no emra no ana ni ho ana se emra no na yentimi fa nya adwuma ana se mreyo ana wa yakandifo na fa de ba na ntirem na ekese ne emuti ase
ntirem de ba yakese ne sanse se de wo kan nyina no ni nyina afa bi na wo ye de wa ba betena ho se hwe ma ye hu se ye de mra so na wo bu anigu emra ne so na ye hu ne aye kode a na ne wono so eso hese mra ya ye me na se be me ye posi ne hese me hwese obi mbetumu a wono so duru ha o mamteko mamsempo a no
ya ko me to so na ya ko gina TV man tamali ne we multimedia adwumaku no yakobo esese e o tamali e be se hu de ekoso so e ho nti wo hwe TV ni so a we live if we tamali wo hwe suku e wa Methodist experimental JHS tamali to free ha no mo ko 2015 2016 there man pension so be progressively free no as mo ko SHS no how's your tamali presby you know about gift and ejina kama mze we a ono mu di nkita ho na o church de ekoso ti we free tamale ana abedu hai nteja fe de obetima koso
ayo enti ama kwakoye se nipa bi a ye de ona tena mpani adwam no asa de won wabu ani egu niema bi so na dwene wo niema bi a ohia anka se o ma na dwene no etrefa niema ni nyina so se de be ya anka saa niema ye hu ekura no si enke be hu bi mpo a kana ye kakra bi na nso se de asa de abro ye so asa de nsuo bi ayira fa yen a ye ni ba bi a ye ko na se yen ya na ye de a ene na ye se bisa yen ho se enti so ye gusu a ye ya obi nhwe no enti anase obi anadwene ne so obi hu ye no so enkonko ba se daachi bi niema we nu nyina no ebesa ba betwa en se sika ese ye de ema mpuntu obo manim no se sika kro no a ene de ba pepia sa niema we nu nyina na ye pia afi na be ka se ye de aba ya de pa o we be pia fi ho na so na wi afi se ono na ye asenka ofa kwan no so a ka se sika na de ko pia ye no ke de be ya de foforo ebetimi esi school ebetimi yi kwan ebetimi esi hospital aden na ye tra ho masa na niema we nu nyina dise obi be ka kire yen yansa ene ya te ho ase
nene if you do no nsu yin de ya to nyoma jeje mu ana
se de me hunu no se niema na bebere ya to na jeje mu na se ya ntre bo ase ya ntena ase ansesa niema bi ensisi ani mu paade a ene ye beginsem na hwe de bola apia du ye yesu sana na nye se na tie na yesu a na mu a kama ade na se etisa na se sebe ye se ani bia na se ye ni bia no ba bi ya koduru no eno no
na lucy
ade ba ko ha me ne se indiscipline Kwame Nkrumah mreso ye bibia fra young pioneer o ma bia wo youth training discipline ye kire sene ye be discipline ye ho sene sense of patriotism nyina ye kire school okọ America obi okọ Russia obi okọ Israel ba bia obi enna cool no 66 school ye bani in this young pioneer see to aso a sabe nkanya ne yakodu because ye training koda no ama ya ba beduru ne wose eduru wo nya mekire o man biara wo nkoda woni mode of discipline bia de ma wo no e man to me nkoso se wo se Ghana lawlessness in discipline Ghana wo ko ba bia discipline ho obi didi atese de o kan na mo no wato atwene na o na mo aka se maso me mi ta aye da me se maso ade na amfa roba nhyew bagim na oduru fia o de ato ball em o baba bi fie na mia ma hyehyem glo kosa emfa ye ho kora wo to se first say one pra o fia tanka se baba ba chew so tiase even ankora yi a ye de sisa nsuye o baba no wa ye sure se nsuye na gumu enasai no no ade ni dua anu o ho se nikayira ya do batum what ye sama wahu eye e wo se still discipline wo ya setena mu eni ho wo bekro na nipa ne ti se be fimu no ono aduane
ene se ene de ene se ene bia ba mu de na gramophone power person na okay ene de se iPad
ne no ne ene buye no
ya na make ye de no ene de kan ne ka wo ko soja na o de siko pot so na afo nya da ya no amu ene de gugu kemu a twa
enu mo kura ka aye ne ntem a wo ye ne ntem na nka wa click ye de so bo so dwom e na obehum eso so ye clean ye environment so bia ne ntem ka se emra nya adwan city council for to ho ye den me ni read eja me no sie ne me bo agotei wo wa pra wo de me so ma pra me de so efie bia ni ha kire wo ma wa ma san wato ye nyina enti kane no me pra koduru mi gotem no so pra koduru mi gotem ni yasa I was saying this to discipline say kwa city council no said dey no mo yo said dey ne yo wo hu ade kropa eni pay ye because city council biara the municipal council biara was said yes say wo mbakro no hotie
anya bia na ebetimi aka de ye ken komo edi ebetimi aka se ne sa na ye kan de a na we dey say biu na say ya bi nim susu ye ne se ye mpanyifo na nkasa wono nhye wo ntimi nhye wono so e ba se wono hye wono so e ba se wono di mmara so enei wo hwe mu kura na mmara ya hye bia no animdiefo ne akandifo ne bu mmara no ebi se red light unya taxi driver na say obi a obetwam as minister ana twam obetwa as gbaje ni na twam no enti say wo soro ho na nkasa na mmara die so ye odin dia ene na ase ne de say na ahojo ade sa aja nye de amano say mpanyimfo wo soro ntimi enkenya omo yie wo mmara mu dia ene ase de say beji ho
say na mpanyimbu bebe say adwene ni tine pra na na ase de na say kura so ho ne pro no e profinity ene de aba enti won wetete mpani adwa so no won na ese hwe eye won adwuma yi me company adwa me nkire won ete akunya tuntum so won ayaya ma won mpani nie bia
aja we quickly ese be independence say the why say kama
ye fitamala bank
aya bank cry ya bank cry o he de ekoso kama esisi kama na ma lucy kan say o ko odo na say o hwe efie wo yi na eka hodo akoso painting kwa ho kanya de keto na the sebende baby a president be tsana ya ire shepe sabiri o hwe ni panso wona bodom pe wona ina say wona be hwe na wona di dance ye na di fi edionum ensun na say wona hwe de be koso de ebe nyina no life chese de esi ankasa wo sisi ya do ni kire nkan Independence Square de esi wono ma men koso nkai wo se ubonya samfo nyini nyina wa ha ubonya ni nyina wa ha nimsi no ahwe kakra na so ja se wo fie se ba bia hye bia watimi aboni akon waka nemum enkomo aye di wo studio ha de ni nyansa Ghana yi di ni Ghana kanko sinton ye mere nyina no ye ka wa ha se de sitie na se mpanyimfo tie wo su tie a nyina atimi aboabo no de se fata obi a na de ato ekotudwum na de apema konkan nti bia da se ne ye kodi mfie aduenu nwotwe no na ye ba atimi de ense sie bu yi aka se esachira kese pa ana aba Ghana ene ya kase ja ne komo
yo ti sa ye di enkomo de ana me de kan ne se sebe adwene ebepra efinitirim enti sempanyimfo a ye de dibre bi ama won no so no timi tena ase na won hwe won adwuma yi a ebeboa hin ena kane no nso na ye nọọsụ enti na se wo boa ya no a ye entemtem kura se nso de ya dọọsụ enti ese won mamra no nso ekọ anim na se bia kropon yi mu yebetimi atete mu nkuma apa ama ne hwe ne hwe no atimi akoso a ebeboa san se o hwe nipa asese won te odo na ho na ye yesu anenye se nipa do ne wo ho ese ye nyini bi aka ho eni ta me ka se won a ye de mpanini ama won no won ma won adwene ntofom na won nhwe hu okwan won befa so a de na ye ne tetena na ye kituwa ma ye no se ne aye kese no kwa be ne ye fa so a ye nsa betimi atoso se de be ya ni dia ese eba no na ho ne dia ese eba no yetimi enya no ho na se ya anya ne sa ne ebu ye ni guso a dia anhwe ye ne be ye ho so no na de na mene ye
my text message imra 1760 ne ntimi ngibre na yaginkama but ade ba kwa pese ne mo ma esua titru fi mo sa pe na mo ho tie ka se na mo wa na yetie na life yi ene se ubi kankan abakosema kwan a na mo fa so eda Ghana edi kwan na mo fa so da Ghana fo suban edi ebuo ni die ni amamre amuntu na jeje mu ene odosonko a na mo wo no ni ahokeka ne die ka se ye ko ma adwuma unya nipa ba akokora mpo se sa abre no wotre fie se ye ko ma adwuma obi se ba ma adwuma se de ene nukure ne se efiri hokora aye obi ka se akokwa kora die na yibetimi aya sa odon ne anigye ne ahokeka na de ye oma adwuma ye de kabo mboa ma oman pem konkan ye de bom aboa ma potem mpuntuo ne satrai ba oro sa ahokeka no de ne yenye ye san ye mane mra ye mu bi
ayo se ye hwe okwan a ye be fa so na yake ho abom dia ene na yigire se ye san akoyeti ehwe niana yen yesu sai
ya vice president abedu Ghana na number 2 chacha ai chebeze mampenyi ba no edu ozo apposit for them march ni die eh nipa da twiri na mzee ne ono so dia kosi wa shefufu chese we di na woda mpa na first one fufu kama ma luzi asika krawa ha edi wa chewie o trasia nesa we di adanse yen say enche bia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ono so ebeba na abe abetena se la bibia etimi akoso kama entiaja yeni enkomo
na esese ye hu se ye bu ye mpanyimfo sanse ye yesusa no na ye hye ye mpanyimfo ase na de opani beka no wo asem bi kura wo beka yese wo kana fitie mu na ade akiro pani na ekire ebuo eni nidi a na ye wo ema won nti wono nso hu se saa buo ne di a ye wo ma won no se wono nso kire yen akirepa na ye nso da akye ababa beboa yen na nso ene no ase minim se suku a yakwama abro so eni nyina ye nyini ntemtem no nso na ya o kire no kura se ade we wanhwe ye de se na beba o so ojai na meye ono de obeka kire no ojai na meye e de ebu faso kura metimi maso afi bi ebebu afaso a wontimi nsom no afi na obefre o se eni eja bebo ami o na ade na ebu afaso se de wo kan na mpa enso ansa na obese sa na ema ne bewie no na ka wabo no na eso enu nti esese ye ka se mpanyimfo a edidi anim no ye de obuo ni die ebema won na ne awon ye ya atimi amia koduru sampempenso ye nso ye to aso free ho ndisi ye nya sa atema no ewo ye mu se ye mpanyimfo no ye ntoto na jeje mu na ne awon beka no ye bedi so ne ye no na to aso aye adwuma de a megire se daachi ebe ye ya mai
ma lucy ne obi ye Ghana ni a kan won ho sa jiji no sa hoto so se me Ghana ni me
because ye ba mu no 1960 ye ko Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, East and West Germany. That time na Berlin Wall no ho. Na ye fair mu a na ke say ye ni before kra ya ko East Europe da. Na oma nunkruma Ghana kese ni pedi wo chi te say pipe piper. So it as a story of the pipe piper.
Yeah.
Kese me who ni ametumi describe. Ni pati mi sha de America. Edi yechi Ghana ma alata fo bebere kura asesa yedini ebe fa Ghana fo odini etro ye ho so na Ghana ye wo high papa because and ye man ye no don't I say Ghana Airways time ye inaugurate Ghana Airways na ye did Ghana for ye fly captain ye crofo before kan na abrofo by history be hwen so ko se kodru ba bia Ghana was pilot nyina na ye Ghana for nko a e bi for nko a wo hwe Black Star Line na Black Star Line bo tu be si ho na flag isi animu captain ni si ya bibi ni Ghana ni ene chese crew ring na ye Ghana for na ye nya sense of pride bi wo ye mu ene e kodru ba bi kura Ghana for kura ye the ID sie se ye nya Ghana for sa experience afi na Ghana ye namu a ne uko abroche 2 weeks kra na pese oba okrum because Ghana obiara pese seven prediasa Queen Elizabeth no won ko ba biada esoso osaje fo tumi ma amini ne kunu ba kuro ma bibini a otumi akofre abroche hima se ya se won ma se nso ma ne ba kuro ma na koye hotel ambassador hotel na Queen Elizabeth ni ne aya na aya na pride no eni hobio Ghana for me chese sabe se die na aka ye yo se susuatra em se susuatra eni me pe wo a to me na ye susuatra because wo hwe ye dua de die mu kura ye susuatra
ye dua de die
yes die nti na me ti wonu mu me foto me nya ado a na me de ba pema ka ho short ase na de me de dandela no nyina aka ho na mare hwe ukwa na take away Enkrofo dia na ye di no abrochira abo bia se America for one more problem ni obesity sika wo almost spend no hospital no se enkrofo bebre yare
na mami dia obiasma okeni mami dey crash sempe ni dia ni o dia ni adaje kujukoto na ayu akura ne tanankasa na mafo ye so mai ye ni ewu fi ayu ani tano
me kan some time one ye call Guinea Ghana Mali Union call Mali no wodi boketa wo ye bafe bi maye ni tio safi no waka no waye no wodi dwan ye barbecue
ma mesa ba so ye fonyi no so no asrafo wono ka aye krado na ono da na di actually Ghana of mine ni you are suffering baby o hwe so a no mutu santre kama almost aso kama aha enche bia na chese Ghana mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama obetinasia anisa na afi nyina ya march ya to santre march afa no na ye de ni bia ma no kakra iwie pe na ordinary sem atudwa ordinary sem tudwa wie pe na de aka no de na chese ye koso anu ye de ko katwia e katwia enya de papa di soja for isa brede o hwa omo eguso a omo march na Ghana for de share so na omo distance de no ze ni je na ba de koso ye ja ezo omo march akwan ni omo di ko share ma pe
it's a soja for de one franka no eba na won se won franka no ne som ne kese nti etese franka no etimi benya ba bi gina ansa na fe no hu se won asese won ho awie san se bibi esi a franka no ne ye behwe ne ye hu atra dom ko a won aba edwem ho nti won no nso je won franka no nso di san se no na ma won yimu ya e won so je dwuma ni
ene ye de ja ka no na ye zo hwe dia hwana mono mutu yo mo ko kama obia atamudi a o twenty be we sanshi na fe His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eja se komoni bi wa mayehu se eja wetima ma nchiremu dudu na so se die enti na ogiri so mo die ne die frank am na yo da o makoma so o musu se ne
se o kokko a se ye je wo frank a ne ye di so enti wo franka ne ye aginase bi a esese wo bo ho ban pa san se efiri wo nsa ne kire se wo nchi de be hye wo aginaye pa se wo ye asumasi a wo ko efiri o man asumasi mo no ene na gina wadim edi se wa ma wo franka ne ho ban na obi gi firi wo nsa mo ne kire se wadi usunku ni mu san se wo ba be hye na se enti na won ma enidie eko franka won kutani mu sanse so won bo ban
di franka no be na ye se navy air force obia
enti no obia so na ta dia ekutano wo se express we ne efi be dia wo free a oba
etumi akasa de krom sa
etumi akasa no
okay all right my text message number 1760 ya catch order that said the cost bia no eni asase e de bronia said di nkomo no de tie bi ze nkomo no mo no bebo amagana ti begia na naso yie nkomo no enche ye be ko wura ya disua mu ya pomodin ho nsem ya manyo sem de oboni central adwuma yi be bi ode o man Ghana abedu Ghana ade share so nchirima no e be se nda so bi mpo e wo ho mo wa de ni je omi ade nda so bi be mo ana di nkomo no ade a epi e wa begiri se e koso wa no no so now so do text message ebe 1760 no there be sabre there asrafo obi abeka so they are taking positions as obi agina twetwe wi a as you say aduma na dey chance yes amra yes studio ni media komo amina Ghana gini mali komo yen to aso
komo ena me sure say ko na modibo keta kan mo tuye ne stay banquet na ne me hunu yese abrofo kra to ye pega na aduane pa masse me ba otoso mi no ware Canadian na makota Canada mfiensi ana sa me yankate kwan a na masse di kwa adwuma mu a te sese ne odi chire crowd do
kate kwan no
entiri du ha bitumi me be ba se bia me makoi bitumi ye na me ya hye container mu America ni man so be took aeroplane samata no akọ Thailand ko di Thai food sort ya say hwe na ma ye research say Ghana ha o man bia ni wi ase ye wo nuane assorted nuane che Ghana for wo hwe north aduane ye wo bansama western region wo hwe asante na nke adenti na ye nye nuane e ma abrofo medi okọ hotel a ye banquet no na the same abrofo aduane ni ye de bre wo mwadi ni personally de no sebe wadi bia woni krom ya enwa abunabunu no mu ene ne keka ho sayeye na dawadawa no mu ye de mankrofo adia ye
so dawadawa se man mo fase ni dawadawa
fa bia ni fa ho ya dawadawa mu a ena nutrition so wo mu fe dawadawa na ye nya sa ne be nyina ene me kai just near my di ya nyame de acha ye kwa wo Ghana ha ya eno nko anka be ma tourism because broni wo din katekwai na obaka so wo ba be
bia de obeba
na kelewole ni we de bia me ka kire ma sese ahoso awo ho pa ka be ba be chi kelewole wo was sure because we dim se kelewole nka krofo be to so ampa na de ka keduru ya ka ho na enti ye ntena ase na ye nua ne kura ye wo no ye ma ye nya in such a way obekọ hotels ya ye be steady na obekọ nua ne ye be say wo hwe enkukọ sabi nkukọ funu nkrofo kuro so de ye de be baba nkrofo awe na ye I papa mo ne ye
ye do ade die say ayi ye shiatra na go ne ko susu akra ira ne ka so
ye shiatra enye bia say de ye see ye make GM of food so meka ade ekum krofo kuro so a ene ho cancer ne ne ma afa de yensan na se ne onyame ehira Ghana akodure enka saa bre wo se ye encourage me ye organic food na ke export ko ma abrofo to because ene ko abrochira wo moto organic food nko a ene yeso so ye tropical country ye weather bi biara ke betumi ye organic ye mienko organic nkwana nke export nkoma ebrochire for no yeso yenye sika
na se no some you nyine nkon kan o because the ekai there se nkasa na shey na egu akanka we ase no crowd do na be kan e de ho beto Ghana so
me de ya na de bia me kan se nipa bi edi ye nimu a won nya osuahu ne ntem no won na ma osuapse ne di won mu ejiri se yenye bia ne aye won crowd de enye nemu sebe kwesi kokko de na ye kwesi kokko ezu ono nso de ne de na wa branka onyansa kire bi wo mu a enkope eno nso ba beduru Ghana ha no ono de na wadi na buru kire ho na eno ana ye de som no ha a wo kan se ma me ka sanka wonya na napem ene ne kontumira
kutu apotoyom
aba na wahwie ngo kakra gu so na ne pa yakuta no no wo ko ne baabi say de aje de mo no ana masa ate na mo try say you mo ya
mra de ho no
enti say ye timi ama ye ni age ye ankasa ye nua ne ho a buru ni ba obedi san say so won ho awone ba ya na won kura ye bobo ye nso de ye timi bo ye afimu ni nyina ye hu saa amane hu ni bi enka won nyina kura de bra won aba no won bedwane aba na nso de ye nti ema won ntimi ba
mame enka say Roverman Productions wono hwase match de edikan ne de trust me no de to aso man say the opposite match de to so ngotwe ene nkono no one on the better aso but yenko na yenko Independence Square afede hwe bia hyehyɛ no ho bia hyehyɛ no kama aha Oshare say bibia e crowd was I nuanom so mo Joy News Joy FM wono ho enti no otese wono so kasa kama e wonom yenko hwe mfonyi kakra afye besa aba back to zero text message awodo also akanya no mekenka ni nyina e di ama enti adi ana mekai say Roverman na me adma on the 8th and on the 9th of March our National Theatre no 9 ene no otwe the edi kan no 9 the toso no otwe wo koye ekohwe sini wo kohwe ni so say make me a woman tonight kohebi na say bia timi akoso ni abusua ni adofo ni adwumafo ni potemfo mu nyina muntunko National Theatre on the 8th and on the 9th of March 2014 tickets no ope bia to hotline no short code Airtel short code near 466 and our first number is 0261 094 100 0261 094 100 and na say bia na opeso course amia bia mbobo so ebini shell shop say airport community 11 Achimota and Sakaman and asoba Joy FM kokoblem la onye biato but you na total Frankie's Ewusu and Jane and supermarket in Soja Biao at Odom. When I saw Roverman Productions here say Uncle Bo White and Joy FM Nakabum any Airtel money Kwansrunku Kwai Papa wo de sika mane akọ onua bi akọma ode hye bi a ewo man mu a dance kra very simple secure and say instant afi aboafo ni bi ni herbal technology inti make sure say on the 8th and on the 9th of March yadi a wo da wi no na chese oni Roman Productions so make me a woman tonight na mokodi asaso nkokra na makotwe mo nisusu ade okwanso nkoso kra Sekwakwa season 2 no so no na me adoma mo Asante Mantem Cultural Center eba ho 14th of March apatakasi as a cultural center enti oni bi hia wo sa achede na otimi mani pasre esre di oni ho de nyina na tete Sekwakwa season 2 ana de bro Asante Mantem 8 p.m. pepepe if say nyume no ngoche pepepe near the tata so ama key soap amansambo afọ still amansambo afọ ana one da o maso ase ana fe adwumako ba kumpa Ghana president Mpaji Atum Agbeve Herbal Center waya resefi ka president o Agbeve okeka bi ka Agbeve horseman shoe ti Agbeve eso aso Sekwakwa season 2 aya be fa na nentwe aponkoi Ponko ekoi
say ono ne parade commander enti wona aba adware so nyina no ono na okasa ma won enti wo kwa kwaji tumi ewo mpanyimfo no ho ansa na omampani atrans na de tumi no so akwa kwagina nanim ansa na wa man carry on na fi wono so atimi anya kwan na asrafo aba no ne yeso ka kire wono watimi aka kire won enti parade commander won se wono yemienu enti wone na assistant enti baby a yeso wone ko bia no se wo ka kire we a we so be ka kire we na wone ko won anim enti ne wone tete mpomko so no
no be bu se ipon ada na de biri bia da ye mpomko yi
se adwuma na wo beye no nante no baby a obefiri obekọ ene se de obehwe won no se wote ponko no so a ebeye ntem ama no sanse eyidwabo a emuso enti se obenante odebekọ no na se wote ponko no so a ene yeda okomrika kakra bi kan ya wo kọ no hokora obetimi eduru ntema ema ne nche wo
na se ponko yedo ma fantitiem
yedo na fantitiem
tidi ekoso nyina no muso omo tidi ekoso
no tidi ekoso no sente na wote no so no okaso onyina e wo so de obebọ no na wagina ena wo se de obebọ no nso a obekọ maako se yeso okọ American so a wo kwan obefa so obebọ no nti okọ ni nyina ne nan no
e okay no ye no
e tre no ne yeso oye so ni nyina ye de wona fantiti mu a wono aboa no onim ena de wote ne so nso nim ne yeso oye
aboa mpo ni nipa yi nim se fie ni kwa se to
asem ye ni
ye hwe free independence square de enko so wodum ye nkomo de se no maka che e do so pi wo ha ne ye be ko so e de ye nkomo abate efo nyina awuhu nyina no ye life de CCC a ewo independence square ana ohwe ni nyina ne se Ghana ene nyame ya Adom mfie aduonum ene enso ode akyeye na ye hwe efiri baabi a ye firi ba ne baabi a ya bedu ye mmereyo ye modembo na ye kọ anim as oman baako no de sese ye de ne ho kwanse ye ene ye nyoma bi so ase ye dare de a ebe me ye hu sampa ye ni abre se ye pese ye tumirika e wo mpuntu ene ibibibiam ye sanhwe ade baako a bibia da we ka se eboa ma oman so timi peja ana eboa ma oman sinto timi ba ene eye de obone sentro adwuma ye mfie ni megina kakra eni ho komo
ye ba ye dio
eni ho komo kakra ye be hu ya se de na kanene kwa de se radio 1 ni de radio yi na
radio 2
ene radio 2 da ene na mu ana fe sa abre no so kwa no so de na se gram fo apawo ya na e twa no wa but ye nkwa ho so me fo da ma na me alaji nkodi nkomo ma na Alaji Abdallah, happy birthday.
Emio minya. Bomo
na bibia bako de.
Na Adom, ye.
Alaji wo de komo ni bejina Ghana ya wo da kesi aye di so. De medical busa ne se. Baby ye free ba ne baby ya bedu yi. Esinto ben ana wo hu Ghana ho.
Minya we de me Ghana man nyina. Em se yanya enfie aduonum enso ende Ghana nya ne banhudie na oja me de madwene etoto ho a na kan se Ghana yakoya nim beye 57%. I said, if you know, Yanwa, me classify, I make us say, 57%. As you say, what share a Maya Yaka and 1 year, Yakati idea, compare Omodia, Nkayane, Nkayaku and Nkakra. Nansu Nanka, was Sanka Sambre, Nkayatina Aku and Nim Asinaway. Now, me the imagine I won't say any gold ghost for me say you will gold ghost. And the ocean me check Ghana property. And the Mangu and the Makakra. Mangu, why I pass so and fancy Ghana, ya bedroom fat this way. A drum be crown, I am fancy 70s move on the Mona. What I say, would see down cry. Before say, open up the metal, just a walk of this assembly, no, I could get it. After I'm more bargaining in the sun. Kakata, I know what we did to Diana. But I'm ready, I am as a ocean. So to compare that time now, which means a Hanamo, Yaku and Kakra. Now, what's on the compare a mindful fra, make it a catch you cry. Ya catch you say, you was your architect, your Hanoma, Ghana for. Now, so, what should you upon no air, a cat on one, a yetre. I, young fat and son, maybe come, Emma will be free university background now, or not want to make any independent, and so, and yet, and do to move a dear no Mokusiano, or move fat as I dear no emfa, and yet my emboa and mine. The man make us and say, would this free independent? Even bicycle are any engine for crown. Yes, you are poor, or want to me, and ye be enfant, young Kodano, or more Asia. According to Akusia at your school to Takasaka. It's not anybody street school or back we are. Who say a different partner or Babe. Or Babe, yet bed and say, Ubimbo, and yet, Emwinasma. Now on foul number. I just say, Osha, a home woman. Emma Ghana, ya catch it. Ushe Babia, ye see a castle, no one, and Yama, yes, ye see a crap. Woko Soka Bia, Taibu, Ubu Saka ya. I will say Saka Nidindi, Ebia Dominic. Sa Dominicano, Ushe India Demois, Ebiana a Mitsubishi engine. Ushe Backcastle, the Dacia. A greater back castle. Oja, Yen, your university, Yem say a Honomana, or Molake. Omofi said, Dia, say, what's that, Dia? There was a one casa, it will build the engine. One casa will build the back castle. Minia. Adia, Emma, Yemano, ye question. Because Kasi Dia Yediba had piano, if you dare Yediba had piano, yet the Bahano. Ya beton na manfo adiscano no matandi yako enti do kwan piaso utu mu se nipa ndi sa machine ni na ba hano na obeton a na se o sandi discano e kwa minya utu mu se ye dollar no dollar no bebre ye ban se emma ye Ghana scan enya anwode na enti media kata ye besre yesu aponfo no ombo fa asma meken yemfa kan te mbetime ama mbe kakra na menye fatono pitwa bi na omu hu se o ka se o be siesie ka anase bia o be manufacture ka o haya and nya se wa kasa na o be build engine enya wo na o be build back se ne yemfa se bia wo ko si dan minia te wo ko si dan a wo se o beto block no water cement Ubeto iron rod, Ubeto Nia, never in Obeto, now one, no what's nothing. No one says, no, a time with me penny and nothing penny pin nine, nothing penny pin, and nothing pen abrosan. And this all these abrosan, you are now doing that to say, abrosan when you didn't say. And yes, threat, yes, you are point form. Your mom would not say, Quan be a bit fast to be no, I emphasize there, even two stick a cry, able to me, I do a hanomono, Yampamra. Mechanical engineer.
Alajima made Bako, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Eba. And then you have a car. Hey, and then you know, and who can it him? Aha, Kabaka's with you know, with a visiting president neighbor, and Kabaka's a Ghana man paying 2 million now there. Until they made us a young man paying a bay. The president oversly, no. Yeah, no, Bas. Yanko na yanko ni alaji tu anko mo sumai
Minya de be party ni nan se yembo modnya se yesu apon no yebetumi akire yemba bunu no kwanya yefa so ayeyi yeye toothpick kwanya yefa so ayetimi eye bicycle kwanya yefa so ayetimi eye ni mahudo bakum hanom anya sa yema no yebeka ba bia yewo no afi bia no 1% spend account.
I see. Alaji but ni nyina mu no edidaso e wo ho ma man Ghana.
Minya ana meka se wo hwe amanya yakwa enwa hia dia ko ho no ma wotumu se Ghana yakwa enim kakra. Nanso enye mayen fa ye ho ensusu obi a wo no wo feli. Yemfa ye ho ensusu obi a wo no yemfa nse wakosoro. Se wanfa ho ensusu obi a de wodi wonim kan a tembia na anka obeya akwadiro no wotena hie. Enti no de meka nyina no se ye woni daso ani daso no aye wo no won se ende nipa bebre se adwumani ho no nipa no muka se ye nyadwuma no fadodo no nyina esiri ye university fina aba ende se ofri university aba na se wan ko sua bibia na se kata no nko na wo ko sua menia wo awhwa edebe a fine plan na yebetimi de wa hye amana yeye.
All right.
Okay.
Alaji everything to your co-independence ko yebeda wase enimiti e besa aba am ya train from the say that people but quickly enko independence ko na me hu ni say atuguba na okay all right yeah yenti de koso.
So recounting the independence history of Ghana, we're telling that the longer term, the Congress aimed at attainment of self-government for British West Africans by constitutional means. Among the specific demands of the NCBW were the election of African representation to both the legislative and municipal councils, cessation of the exercise of judicial functions by untrained public servants, the opening up of the civil service to Africans, establishment of a British West African university, and compulsory education. Now, following the death of Kesley Hayford in 1930, the NCBWA became moribund, and in the mid-1930s, national politics became radicalized as a result of the activities of Sierra Leonean Isaac Wallace Johnson, then based in the Gold Coast, and his West African Youth League. Now, the colonial government and the chiefs who were seen as their collaborators came under increasing pressure as a result. Nationalist agitation was suspended during the Second World War years of 1939 to 1945, but was resumed after 1945. Indeed, the people of the Gold Coast actively supported the British war effort, contributing troops and funds to purchase a helicopter. The Fifth Pan-African Congress, held in Manchester in October 1945, inspired Nkrumah's return home at the invitation of the United Gold Coast Convention, formed on the 4th of August 1947, to help free the Gold Coast from colonial rule within the, quote, shortest possible time. Nkrumah, who became a major driving force behind the UGCC, had been educated at Achimota College, Lincoln University, and the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned a Master of Science in Education and a Master of Arts in Philosophy in 1942 and 1943, respectively. He then proceeded to the United Kingdom in 1945 to study law at the University of London's London School of Economics and Political Science. At the time of his departure for the United Kingdom, Nkrumah had completed most of the requirements for the award of the degree of PhD by the University of Pennsylvania, but was constrained by poverty, ill health, and the desire to study law as a guarantee to an independent profession in the Gold Coast to leave the United States. In 1948, demobilized Gold Coast soldiers, a peaceful march to the Christiansburg Castle to present a petition to the governor about their plight, were shot at the Christiansburg crossroads, resulting in 3 casualties. Sergeant Cornelius Frederick Ajete, Corporal Atipo, and Private Odate Lamte. Now, the riots that ensued led to the taking into custody in remote parts of northern Gold Coast 6 of the nationalist leaders of UGCC, namely Akweje, Edward Ekufado, Dr. Joseph Boache Dankwa, Emmanuel Odakwe, Obichebe Lamte, William Uforiata, and Kwame Nkrumah, and the setting up of a commission of inquiry under the chairmanship of Sir Aitken Watson. The detained nationalists have since then come to be known as the Big Six. The outcome of Watson's commission was the Sir Henry Kuse Constitutional Committee set up in December in 1949 to draw up a new constitution for the country. The recommendations of the Kuse Committee formed the basis of the 1951 Constitution, which marked a giant step forward towards independence. On 12 June 1949, Nkrumah parted ways with the leadership of the UGCC and formed the first political party in the history of the Gold Coast. That party was the Convention People's Party, or the CPP. Now, it was to fight for self-government now, as they put it. Now, initially, the CPP opposed the Kuse Constitution on 8 January 1950 and declared positive action that urged a strike and non-cooperation with the colonial government. Nkrumah and his associates were arrested, tried, and imprisoned for instigating a strike. However, notwithstanding CPP's opposition to the Kuse Constitution, it soon changed its mind and contested the first general elections in the history of the Gold Coast, scheduled for 8 February 1951. The CPP won the general elections, securing 34 out of the 38 popularly elected seats in the 84-member Legislative Assembly, with Nkrumah himself winning the seat for the Central Accra constituency, obtaining 22,780 votes out of a possible 23,122. So on 12 February in 1951, Nkrumah was released from prison and appointed leader of government business in a cabinet of 3 expatriates and 8 African ministers. The governor, however, retained his reserve powers. Under the Independence Constitution, Nkrumah, as leader of the majority party in parliament, became the Prime Minister of independent Ghana. He was a member of parliament, head of cabinet, and exercised executive powers. The Constitution also provided that all ministers should be appointed from among members of parliament. And we have the president's arrival. Shortly, we'll be touching base here at the Black Star Square in Accra. And with me in commentary position is Major Evelyn Ntiamwa Asamoah, who is from the...
All right, you heard your name, but it's a Black Star Square and a dinner and it's a free Independence Square. My baby, I feel the 2 minutes, 2 minutes, not a 2 minutes. I will be there, that's I be a quemu, I will wait for His Excellency Ghana Mampay, John Dramani Mahama, Oba. Okay, kakra. The disability, dear Naja, I for dinner is almost easy. It's all big remain.
say obewuram no obia ejina sentire say obewuram wiea san say commander no a otepo nkoso no akatro so obia nyina say ejina sentire ansa na omampani aba bedru no bedru na fe won wochia na wokotena ase na yeto ya senso dwum ni wiea afi ansa no nso bekọ na wono nso akochia na waje tumi efro mampani ho na afi ansa na yeso oye wudwum ho no onu anya kwanya ye nti ewo ni disuo on safi a wo ya ba beduru no aponko no edi anim na yedi ni nchemu sanse ni nyina ese ebo no ho ban ede ne ba beduru edwabere mu ho
ahyeso je na mehwe na fam eye ka ni mi Ghana tumi no ene fam ho no
ne se Ghana tumi ne fam ho de ya ne cheso no bai
je ba se dia sa di sia we nyina wona e be di yeso ye bra ne wo eye nkwasumu no wono hihye ne yafa ya na se de
wono hihye ne yafa ne sanse sabre na English bro di yeso no na wono de ne ye de bo anim ene ye de banti ye nya ye fa ahudie no na ese yesesa ne ye de nso boko se de na English bro no de ne de boko no eno na kire se you eye omanity ena eba
omanity ana eba disa tumi ni omanity ena kire se eno na eba no
ena eba no okay obi a wotimu bia no ne kire se ono di oman ne so
ma lu se disa bia na se wakai nkroma person no that's why wakai ni gisem power se mo person na se mo je na mo ye se ya
yeah the difference o mu se na ye workers the school teacher say workers women fishermen na ye soldier for because na ye daily workers adwumayefo and after school for kese na obia market women that time no na ma dom for me bia session bia pano ton for ntina ya ade a Ghana nyina na ade a na animu ni sojafo no mo de sa independence de ye ka bat no mo nimu te se ne ne o mo bibiri no independence na ye adwumayefo ani sukufo
enti president do say no CV ko days no so a ye to adwum ni wi a anza no akonsra
Sada meka say commander ne ba beji tumi afiri ne ho say so no nso hwe say won we gina woni nyina gina sentire ehia say so ba ebe hwe won ansa na fe wakoka kire omampani say afi de ne nkrofo no wasiesie woni nyina awie ti afi de wotime ba eba abe edine ne be bọ akon ma won ne asiesie no
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama made in Ghana where they are na nase made in Ghana horseman shoe oba my media na ya hanka dia make in ko beka o enya de ketwa kama to boase first lady to boase
so no so etia won a ewo
boase
adwabre mu ho
Entino, Nchiana na
Utrana bimku. Contact, I was so different saying that for
Please remain standing before the national anthem. Faithful and loyal Ghana, my mother. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and call of our fathers, and I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God. Shall we please be seated? Pride! Turn! To commence this morning's activities, we shall have the Christian and Muslim prayers for a successful anniversary. The Christian prayers will be done by the Director of Religious Affairs of the Ghana Armed Forces, Colonel David Bansibu, and the Muslim prayers by the Chief Imam of the Ghana Armed Forces, Wing Commander Muhammad Kabil Abdul Rafiu. Let us pray. As we gather to celebrate the 57th anniversary of our independence, O gracious, merciful Father, it is our fervent prayer that you grant us your perpetual favor for us to see a better, progressive, and more prosperous Ghana going forward. May you strengthen our hearts and our hands as a people to do your will and to uphold values in keeping with patriotism and nationalism by which strong nations are built. Bless our nation, we pray, that we might stand tall among the community of nations. For this and many blessings we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So we continue to pray in the name of Allah, God Almighty, most gracious, most merciful. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعان فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون. آمين.
Thank you very much, Chaplain and Imam. Before the parade commander invites the President of the Republic of Ghana to inspect the parade, we shall witness a cultural display by pupils of Vision Seed Academy. And I will hand you over to my co-commentator, Mr. David Odro, the PRO, Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Education Service, to run you through the dance.
Away birds and animals destroying crops on farms. In desperation, the farmer involuntarily and spontaneously engaged in some body movements and gestures. To make it more effective, he introduced the sound of the metal attached to his hoe. This produced a scaring loud sound that kept away from his crops. Now the result was a bumper harvest for him that season. Other farmers joined in and enjoyed good harvest every season. Gradually, farmers in the village introduced instruments like the castanets and the flute to give maximum sound to keep away the birds and animals on their farms. Eventually, the entire village decided to celebrate one dance at the end of every farming season. This dance is done by both sexes, especially the youth, whilst up to 30 people at a time can be involved and now performed at funerals, derbys, and other social occasions. Now, for the information of all watching, this is not the typical traditional form of the wong, but rearranged as a theatre dance for this occasion. Performing now are pupils of Vision Seed Academy in La. The proprietor of the school is Mrs. Osabute. Now, choreography of this piece is by Freeman A. Aguri. Freeman A. Aguri is the Director of Cultural Education Programs at the Ghana Education Service headquarters, and he was assisted by Dominic Andor. Dominic Andor is from the Ablekuma Sub-Metro Cultural Coordinator. He is the Ablekuma Sub-Metro Cultural Coordinator of the Ghana Education Service. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the one dance piece. The one dance piece, like I announced earlier, is a dance of the Nabdam speaking people of the Upper East region.
Let me add that today's parade is made up of contingents drawn from the Ghana Army, Ghana Navy, Ghana Air Force, Ghana Police Service, Ghana Prison Service, Ghana Fire Service, the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, and Ghana Immigration Service. The parade commander is in the person of Group Captain Felix Adom Asante, with his 2IC, that is the second in command, being Lieutenant Colonel Michael Fiafo. We have the parade adjutant in the person of Lieutenant Commander Victor Opon Fianco, and the parade RSM, Senior Warrant Officer Fred Teku. The parade commander, Group Captain Felix Adom Asante, was born on 14 August 1965 at Dunkwa Onofin, an old student of Infant Pem School, Cape Coast. He has a first degree in economics and statistics from the University of Ghana. He holds a master's degree in international affairs and master's degree in business administration, also from the University of Ghana, and another master's in international strategy and security at King's College, London. He was enlisted into the Ghana Air Force in 1990 and commissioned as a squadron pilot in 1992. He has a commercial multi-engine land pilot license from the United States of America. He has held several appointments, including the officer commanding the No. 1 Squadron, Chief Ground Instructor, Director Air Intelligence, Director Training, and currently the Director of Air Operations at the Air Force Headquarters. And he has attended several military and civil courses commensurate with his rank. He has peacekeeping experiences in Western Sahara, Sierra Leone, and Nepal.
All right, so we just witnessed the one dance, which is a dance by the Nabdam speaking people of the Upper East region. Now, what you're seeing is the Agbeko dance piece. Now, I'll tell you a little about the Agbeko dance piece. This dance is a dance of the Anglo Airways of the Volta region of Ghana. It is a war dance, and its movements are said to have originated from warrior tactics. Now, however, on this occasion, the choreography is done in accordance with the theme of the independence celebration. It simply explains that Ghana did not attain independence on a silver platter, but had difficult moments during the struggle for freedom and self-rule. The designs, patterns, and movements have been sequenced and arranged in a manner that depicts that after attaining self-rule, Ghana is now one people, one nation, with a common destiny. Agbeko dance is also performed during festivals and installations at the funeral of a royal family member among the Anglo Airways. This dance features prominently at the Hogochicho Festival, while it is performed by both sexes. The choreography is by Mr. Freeman A. Aguri, the Director of Cultural Education Programs at the Ghana Education Service headquarters. Mr. Aguri was assisted by Mr. Dominic Ando from the Ablekuma Sub-Metro Cultural. He's the coordinator of the Ablekuma Sub-Metro Cultural Group. The dance you're witnessing right now is the Akbeko dance by the Anglo-Evers of the Volta region. And this is being performed by pupils of Vision Seed Academy in La. The proprietor of the school is Mr. Osabute. Choreography of this piece was done by Freeman Aguri, Director of Cultural Education Programs at the Ghana Education Service headquarters. He was assisted by Dominic Ando, Ablekuma Sub-Metro Cultural Coordinator. This is the 57th Independence Anniversary Parade coming to you live on GTV. We are also on GTV Govern as well as GBC 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you see, we have just had Jane representing Ghana. Shall we give them a big round of applause? Congratulations to you from Vision Seed Academy at Ghana. Well done. Well done.
They just formed the letter G representing Ghana to show their patriotism to their lovely nation, Ghana.
So you just witnessed the dance, the Agbeko dance by the Anglo-Evers of the Volta region, as well as the One dance, which is a dance by the Nabdam-speaking people of the Upper East region. Next, we'll have the president, who will be accompanied by the CDS and the IGP, as well as the parade commander and the FSM to inspect contingents and lights perpetual flame trooping of the band. Can you tell us how this is done? And what the significance is? Inspection of the contingents and the lighting of the perpetual flame.
The president, who is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, has the duty to inspect the parade before they march past, and he will be doing that accompanied by the Chief of the Defense Staff, Vice Admiral Matthew Kwashi, and the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Al-Hassan. They will be accompanied also by the Forces Sergeant Major in the person of Chief Warrant Officer Owusu Dixon.
For many of us here at the Black Star Square in Accra, the clouds are getting thicker by the minute. However, the parade continues.
After the inspection of the parade, the president will move to the cenotaph of the unknown soldier to light the flame. Lighting of the flame is a symbol of the spirit of independence. It reminds us of our responsibility to keep the spirit alive. And this morning, as the pot under the symbolic black star will glow with the flame, it is hoped that we will rekindle our flame of nationalism in unity and peace, which are the pillars for development. The tomb of the unknown soldier refers to a monument in dedication to the services of an unidentified soldier killed in any war. Throughout history, many soldiers have died in wars with their remains unidentified. So such a tomb is put in place as a form of remembering these matters. At the background, we can hear the voice of the parade commander, who is reporting to the president and inviting him to inspect the parade.
So the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Let me add that the chairman of the overall Independence Anniversary Parade Planning Committee is Commodore Steve Obimpe, retired, of the office of the president. The parade coordinator is Group Captain Michael Kwame Apia Ajekum. The vehicles for the inspection are driven by W2 Edward Annan and Mr. Edward Tete Ankama. We are just witnessing the rains coming in.
And the rains have just begun here in Accra, but the ceremony will continue nevertheless.
You know, Abdul, there's a saying in the Ghana Armed Forces or in the military that rain is no obstacle. So this is no obstacle at all, especially for the security personnel on parade. I'm wondering how the school children are going to feel now, whether they are going to stand the rain.
That's what I was about to ask, because it means that regardless of how heavy this downpour is, and there you see the president receiving applause from the hundreds of Ghanaians who have gathered here at the Black Star Square to witness this parade. And the president inspecting the parade, even regardless of the rain that's pouring heavily here in Accra. So regardless of how much rain we have today, the president and the contingent will not give up. Is that what you're telling us?
They are never going to give up. The president is the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. And I believe we can all see he's standing the rain and taking the applause from the audience.
And can you tell us about the inspection of the contingents? What is that drill supposed to signify in the military?
It signifies that the parade or the contingent get that feeling that the commander-in-chief or whoever is inspecting the parade is part of them, and this will be inspected for the entire contingent or the parade to know that the reviewer has reviewed and inspected them and his content with what he has done and ready for the continuation of the parade. Now he's at the cenotaph of the unknown soldier to light the perpetual flame.
The perpetual flame lightens up even under heavy rain.
But about the say, I said, yeah, so you didn't patch it.
Sir, ye be say, who say, to me a bidiatry, and to me a diatreno, and I say, a mo be a who say, ye be or and Tibra, a jana, a derek corner, un set it no, ya na ye need, near be a casem, de mo ya ne ya hye nso ne niema na ma obi te nti bra ija ne de no obi wo akiri baabi a wotimu so ija wo ye de hane de na ade asomasi na ekoso
baabi a duje de suru to de etibitu se da
na me kan se baabi wadum finfin tutu se de ye they say the aka ne so ba be kasa
e be jina nso makasa o se kwada
no ni ja ye ne de ba enti se aduanafo eye bi e be ba ye soja ai se ne amrewa perform ade na one ne de ba ne ja na nsuo ne ja nyam nyase se mi amehunu bi several times enti bi ankrofo ankrofo egu
eni apo first lady su free nkoja na obi e free hospital tell me catch us and say be ba so say nsuo ni si ye ne de so and shot say be ba na because say we should not na so make say sa mugun say ya
so wa hono say yes so ho akosun sam na krofo na ye me to say ne bibia enya ne ma play na eye o wa ho yen ne be bia to say chiman ma ne ye chiman ni pay e ma ni parishon ho so ye pa mo ko ye me masam we no nyina ye free culture ni enso nya abosun say
ma command nansa na watimi akọ
I see we dey aje na nanam of the nchiremu bre
nanam se emunsa
na ono yenyina ho yie ya share so di ankasa osoman no anya atwe free ho na if dey aba so yire anya dia dey akohua free baabi ni ankasa ye dia ye dey na bi se ye ankasa abamre ni ya mani
ni na ya atwe free ho no who said the nyina de obi ma so ne ma de yesuesua na bia wa beta ye de ho na ne yen ye beto ye pa ye ni mu se eno na e bata ye ho no eno ne ye free
na te wo fa ho dia wonya no no e ho fa so ne se
na ya de no ka de 57 na ankasa isu to yo 57 na ankasa isu to ye
so Anthony said the ye hu ni
egugu kakra eja we dem si tusha yanke beboa
na de duro so ka se de duro so wo kokko ne nsu oba no ntere
o mo fan titiu mo fan titiu
o se mo fan nurse sa edwabo ya se mo fan nurse o se do na ye sojafo ne aposifo na gina ho won a won bo ban na gina ho ne de se ma ka tell me se ye ma wo tumi se kwa enya de a obetimi akọ du gina kwa
na tenti e boy ahoho ya eti ase so asore ya ejebe
de aba ne se
o ma pe de so o was bo apepe so
bi ejo kakra bi o ma mpani be kan na no di sem no teto kan wi ya na ya bompan ne yakọ san se nsuo no ha se nso bi a ye hwe ne mo kakra se e be ti nso de a na no pesuo nso de
e se eti we de eduanafo na nanu me madawma we ya de to so eduanu so
eduana we de ewo se ye mu nsande mo panche
Ghana edi awuda aga esu panche edide ono no ebe na de na nke nyina ni da so ne se ebe tie sempoti ha enne ya edi awuda mampanyin ebe ka kire na we no akoba se meje se be hare so pam za awo ya to sa from ina mamu fayfo eni
patase no wafa
fofo na enya de papa enya we so be nya adisua se e bi so a na edidi eni ma edi be di awuda no ye be hwe kwan fufuru a ibe tindi adi no dance ye be di bibi ada ye ba be gina e bi anka hare me di bebe duasa bi na ya amane bi ni wo ma na wi na bi aka no potem
we do nyina abrochira ye consult won mu nyina
ewiem ti say mampan ti na ko ja ko fa how bi amba
na me second tusiam paga na weather forecast wa ha ye adwuma
won na bia na mfidie no na ano aye mmerɛ dia
me kasa lisa the sense be bia wo be koro bia no weather forecast for ebe
na me call we no ma hu se opanim wo ho enti de me kan say opachire se wo opakan na e won ne ne odi achire na me say opachire ya bai ensuo to na be san fi se yehu sa o pekire no ebro be ye mfie aduasa kora ni yehu obisa enti na me de madwen ekose anti sa abre bae no se na ye nsu oto no eyeye de se e na ka se won a won hwemu no on me hwe ni esi be ye mfie aduasa ekọ no ke betimi yehu nkasa na ma wenu nyina fi se esi ya ni nsu oto e de eyi openanim
oko eastern region oko tifi mantem so na do ni chere western so so eto ho and ya 7 na esi e di awde ne
nsu me ya kwa
the significance of libation and I say inside
ye nwo no
and no de ho no me wo how kaka je say me gidi se ne ye ya hye so de sara me de me ku
nia esese ye mebi no moti ase ne se sa ye guo no eye mpaye ne ye bo na mpaye a ye bo no eno nkire se ya bosonsem sa na nanom ebo mpaye e de kire obi a ogire se owo soro sensa no kora wo de kire soro na onyankoropon ye kire won nsa hu ansa no adane agu fam na nsa na ye guo no ye hya se na ye nsuo ena na ye de ye ena ayese wo soma o biso
insuna divan ha no start ma on betisi mu baako na enya de ketwa enti mema meni o de ka na se weja na ese obi ko fa ka bia na otima na ka na edum ka na wo enti o kwa smo kan se na no da soja fo bi o shi o mo pa ka so kan na nya de odi o atami na ho ano kasi ye na asoja fo show kania na e wo kan o hu se asoja fo dey say oh me say say omusi bo me pa no e what you to say o me bo dey but ade ba ke me share fi asa fo no say I say ekubi e wo mo ho e chen ya pose for esa sa pose for ye wo mo de bia nti ana abaya busua no ana se de ntele mane basa
say approach for the one net enti se wo sere se won sere obewo na soja fo nso de enye no net won to ni bluetooth mu en no an se bibi asia won wa pie enti eno na ya na ama eda nso kakra won ni approach for sans won nso de ya tetel ne se o mebo ye ho ban enti bibia obetimi di abo ma ne ho ban ma ye bia no ya kire no enti se sere ya nkasa de ya na won nta ansere san se won adwuma ne ye ne san meka se ensu etu enyina ye ma wo kwan se firi mu a ubegyina mu ama ato a je se wo office aba na so da bi ade mu free ha ana ewie mu a ugina mu a je office aba ansa enti won se won ntete no nko eno nti na ma yen ye hu won sa no na prosifo no so de won afasa ntete na mu ye no won nete enti eden ya obesere kakra eden ya wono bebo ameni kakra na wapensem bi ewo ho nti se na ma won de na eda nso kakra ewo asojafo mu
I see member
na ade ba kwa me beka ho no e free say ye call esoja for be di yeso ha ehu kese for a long time it say ama sebe ema dane enkwada ena emema so dane mba na se hu no when say onipa suppress for a long time ekino mo che ema wa dwene nyina se ne hu wo enti enu de ema yesuro wo no pa ema ye twa ye to ba ya no ne na because ye kokuma se na me baby ye cadet me sister baby o cadet officer wa Achimota school Rollins town tie tena government transport mo stop yen na ma me akwala so amakwan wo de ne cadet ubenda singina bone ha na me na me nim se me ba ne ye cadet nti almost yengina sti from for free and we who say me bet front seat no we chose salute force right on you go now say me ba when you say papa yeah so no say we
ashazu bia say the whole see to central martin o ma sa system o ma system
me pa na Nigeria
oh come on yeah, never. We say the naval officer. We pay you help up on. So, about Ghana, Papa, you. So, corner home. We the member, Papa. why crado baby a odi be fa bia no itirasema mampanyi kasa fa hono or say building a better and prosperous Ghana through patriotism and national unity. Oh, asema eti ayeke. Baby adu na tuwache entimi ama na Ghana nkabo mu Ghana adwene entimi amedi enim kan bia. Ba ye fansem kama say e three ho. As we yetu one amo no. Yenye na sa. Eno na o say three asem kama ho.
Ne kanko. Na ne yo so.
Eti asem no building a better and prosperous Ghana through patriotism and national unity. I feel ye to nana mo ibitu na amze ebribia na ho asema ayi kakra no we da staff we timeni am say mo contem na nzubu kodai na kwada no
so kwada ndem nsa sa bele ya pe ba bi do
e de ho jina
na we de ye ja ma sojafo na
na bibia timi koso I feel dem jidi se Ghana ye ni ba ye ho so se ba bi edu no sa tu ho ache ho na yira anye nkofa mbra info na se dika tu sa na mo na nsa na etime awie peyo
no e se no de won se ye bebe ya na me so ade wa bebe si ye be no so ye se ohina nko a akwa adwane
exactly
enti akwa na se ye difi enti se wono atetere sa aboa no e de abade a ene won hya ase de enso ni ekiri na enye yiye man enti se wono hya ase ama ye hu se ye wo atuhu ache ene oman honhom a ese gina ye mu na yetimi gina no so eye adwuma de a ene na ese yetimi hu se ebe firi ho na se firi ho na eba na fe wo a won so di ekire no se wan toa so bi di a na ne ne se wo a
well ebra asafo yi twa mo there's a text message a hold on so aba no mejibre na metimi akenkan text message ni bia ma ye be sa ba back to still na fair di enko ba se di de o hwe di asafo no nya de keto adanse ni se wona e crado wona e ready happy birthday be Adika Femamba. Happy birthday to our mom, Auntie Awo, who is in Mankasim. Today is her 57th birthday. Oh, and the mom made that. Man, paying yeah, video. Wajin Hojina, and Obuzebu and seven. Children Joyce, Francis, Agustina, Dinah, Anna Faye, Esther. Mo made them wasipi, and they were different. You know, so it's on the Ghana and Itu Abasakomo. Kudos to Madam Lucy. She is indeed a true statesman. And the correct Mamma Lucy there about him, I'll dig First Republic in Nassim. I had Gina Costa no board Giannia, Bozampa. Did you know could you man? I wouldn't say, and I'm afraid I told you my P. Eddie, a good baby. Desmond, what do you say? If my grandma Lucy, anyone at her age, no less than 70, can think this way with such excellent ideas, President JDM should appoint her as tourism minister. Our leaders lack ideas. Nama beye, se ma contra ministry be dey beti ene se wo hwe ma on tete na omode ba ne ma phone tete ministry o dey dem say o ba ko hia o ministry ko ba ko no bi ada wo ko no so ntia se bi okay TJ Asa CKC SHS Obuasi ana odiaba mampanyin na dey waje ho bi hwe isu na awusu ni bibiri musu from tinanim I like this woman too much. Politicians are only good in corruption. Kwabna Obogoso Anodiaba. Mama Lucy, thank you for hitting the nail on the right direction. Amos Anodiaba. Ghana is about 3 years to retirement. Because fear you know soon you know what are we going home with? Internal refugees, shortage of water, no salary increase, huge school fees, no accountability, and many hardships. NDC leaders should be up and doing with the Pope on the other. And happy birthday to Dunkahine's wife, Nana Comfort Abrefi, and already 56 years. Birthday from Oma Wono. And happy birthday to that, Mr. Robert Samford, also. And a happy birthday to Mr. Kisi of our Chimota SHC. Happy birthday wishes, Neba. No, as a Bako Sako, Mr. Kisi, and Kasa. Asafon Gusu, the other hand, Asafon Gusu, where the Charles Otie, the only idea, one to say the Gobino Abu. Ensure you cry, air battle cry, the one to cry. And you know, if you are the dance, yes, sir, idea on any abri.
no one it free and in so na ba ma o se na adwo
it is there omagina omo na so yi it is mo fra ni gina wo de na me mo bie ze mo ntia asrafo na fa mu no
mo fra ni say de ya bebe bi de won si na aka asrafo no na ya prosifo na mbambofo aka no se de be ya won bebe one e ko nsuo so no so na asese fufuo fufuo no that is navy omo do na no mo hu sisi na efe papa bibia da she me pia se lata dia raje no ada so de chena de she ni nsuo gusu gugu nsuo gusu gugu sa no pesuo de so musa net na ye de ne Honorable Mama Lucy, Wama Awasiagumi, you and others have sacrificed a lot for this country. Teddy from Bechem Junction. And I have a happy Independence Day to all Ghanaians. May the Almighty God grant us peace and prosperity from Evans, Esau, Mensa, Seshi, Jabosu, Nodiaba. Ghana elders, can't you learn from our first President Kwame Nkrumah about 57 years from Albert Dominance Nadiaba? Let's take this opportunity and move the nation forward. By Ernest from Takwa. This one, you have a challenge with your DigiBox. Insurance will toss on Mr. No, say, I wish Ghana well. Happy 57th birthday from Hajia Ramatu Tamale. And I wish all Ghanaians happy birthday. May God bless us all. Amen, amen, amen. Ghana is 57 years old, but what can we boast of? Over dependence on the Western world, dwindling economy, high levels of corruption, both in government and outside the government. Well, the correct, but so. Ma Lucy has said it all. Ma, you have made my day. Ma, you live long. From Evans, I am Kwan Gabriel from Wenchi. If we want discipline, then we need to do away with democracy and go back to autocratic rule, because Ghanaians want force always. Hey, Obuzaji, you know, it's me and my expensive, yeah. And the case of discipline, a soldier for. So the operator, it's as a Kemami kept going into, near Kemami kept your moving into. You would to me, Shenny Park, Kete, was said, you Mianaka, Azana, Ayasana. And you know, it's so Toya, and Tian Pusubia, they will show idea with dynamic catcher with animals and Cabaya into Shadows, they do quantify their consign. But you know what you cry, the Ajo Coining, the Aquanin, maybe Jedi say, and Chibiaman paying, Minister, so a constant when I offer him in Navy. Because no corner Harrison, they did so the Casa. The Casa and Hina, we are self and I never tried. Oh, I want to. Oh, it's you, Diana, for more here, mobile. Oh, feature no transfer. Why add attention to do? Where there will be a Kagumas was also open. Then they Osaka. His Excellency John Dramani Mahaman and Hokeni also Ghana made a list, Ghana for a list. Let's say from on the buy. Ghana for your list. Nigeria, Ghana. No, Nigeria, Ghana. Wow, lazy grass, Ghana, so crazy. Lazy day, with Ghana. Minimum Ghana, maybe a but the Mampania Shanidia, which means the horseman shoe, and what couldn't you know to a tiffy mountain? I got for not tied any asher. Now, the trousers need the minimum. And also the from Manania and I see a companion. Ghana, come. Even so, person in the Nukure Fradia. It's lemon to me. Come, where they are matching. I see. Slim can taste with a papa. And think I know answer. Honest way design, come, uncle, no swash. Right. Then I see a biso. Oh, yes, so dressing head of state. I feel everybody. I feel about the empire, the identity machine after Imam, after Soft Payne. Now that you can one, I mean, when I ever say, I may admit, Jordan, who yet be brave, and yet we are your sense with you, yeah, to actually, yes, answer, Nadia. They said you, Okwamania, Gremosumi, Yaja tomorrow,
oko eye baby a Kristosi ni agye to mo de ye nso ye pagya mu se nipa bi mbaba beti ase na na de omo de atete me se e no de ye to atwene dia menye ni se
na na so de e no kore pa na nam ya mamre na no kore wo
ya eno ye na me adome se
esro wom na discipline wom
esro na ade de edaso a friend se woko yenkura ase na se uja wo phone to ha ubetwa ho do hire be aduasa ba no na da
bi afanso no de kwa him
aha na da ofa
sentete nda ho entete nda ho esro no ase ko for fire
so ofa no kwa no ye won tim so no na busua se bi onum bi a
be to wo ma ya no de kwa him fie ndu be kwa him fie na da ho
ya ka kire ne se o yesa awonto ato asoso enti wakoyepo
se wo kontomre kura no betia oba na watre o so ma me asumesi me ti wo kontomre ni mienu na me de beba pitie na edi
waka na kura na kire enti abufo bia ni ho enti abufo bia ni ho ene kwa de ehye obotumi ye fa ho
no we si den wa babo aba
na se sa brebe na ye hu
se na me ka sa de na se na ye ne nkete ye ni ba ye ho so no ne kire sa
ajegun
ye hwe ni se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama beba be kasa na bibia etimi akoso kama badaja de ebejina bi mi se o hwe asem odi triasi ma be kasa fa ho ya de anoka wi a kwa ba ne anamo be ni ntu
anamo esi etu ne se medika aka se ese free ho nti menim enhyehyɛ o mampani be ye de ama asoafo a wono no be hia de edikan na asoafo no soso mu a wono so de aba wona so ye ene wona ya kwantrefo e wo ho no mmra ne hyehyɛ a wo de be ma won na free no so a asako mantam eye chief commissioner fo no so na wono nso de wo de be ma won na chief commissioner fo no nso afre DC fo no na wono nso akyerɛ won sei eno mampani de aba wo mu sɛ yade a ne wo dadade enso ye be hye ne kana enti mo nso mo kɔ mo mensiri mo no de yɛsɛ mo yɛni na ɔno nso dura wafrɛ ne mensiri no mpanyimfo ɛwɔ hɔ na wɔn wɔ didi ano na ɛno nso ɔtumi de akyerɛkyerɛ wɔn ɛba no saa ne kyerɛ sɛ efi ɛsoro na esane a de ɛba beduru fam ɛde sɛ ba ne saa de a na yɛhyɛ biribi ase a obiara wɔ senti a yɛhyɛ saa de n'ase enti yɛn nyinaa na mu ne yɛde kɔ de a ɛnsa kyerɛ bɛba
nsu na miem
sɛ makasa no pasuo de ne tɔ no de tɔ na ya ne gya yɛ na ɛde
but malu susu se triasi ma ya fei anamoto yintu ni sɛ ko ka patriotism a woni abre mo na ka national unity a ɛsɛ baabi adi no ne baabi atototo si nti no yanka bomu ntem amfa nsi ani amfa
ho sɛ yɛ ɔman a
ɛhu sɛ ɔman a nti asɛm
patriotism se niyama hu se school for kra yan kwada wo school yin ya de curriculum ni na is still under colonial niyama yes, unless we go back to the drawing board when you make children no so I then a school ni na say textbook could be a me ka ho bi ya ko presenting ma Minister of Education nia Black America for bi a wo ma ba ye nationalize Ghana ene CPP youth no ya hono ne say kwa me nkoma mo so wo ye they want the fund of this country. At the same time, no, one watch your books so a dictator. Dictator ben will be a free education. Sort yes, yeah. Now also kind of so a dictator we now also so we have a culture. There's so many conflicts in a year. Yeah, they catch a school for no. Yeah,
Ghana
school for that.
Once I say, "Oh, I'm going
to present actually minister into time on Picobi. Ye feature ye crowd Minister of Education amba the deputy cramba because we don't go back to the only panel say what ye dictator what ye say young so one say young kind colonial rule no konya colonial rules United Nations crackers colonialism a crime I didn't think ya admire colonial system of government then what to me at naho actual textbook now could they use what school so na so obre washing koda yi say ya e den wa be ka kire akoda no say wo ye eyi nti wo say patriotism no wo mo aso so ko o man biye mu a wo bia patriotic Chinese for, Russia for, Israel for. You train your mouth Israeli school, a true Daniha. Just say, walk a money mine Israel.
Well, for you now, I could not have Malibian. I heard your horse.
So what dear is
I heard your horse, of course, or I was often a do almost or more marchy, and Titamali, and I heard your echoes. But you can't say, you know, a necrano, say, what in Kranawoka in Krakasa. What a Tiffany Kadagbani, Unim Kappa, Oka, I build Kayoka, Santa Casa, Kaya. Is usually the own, eh? Would you cross of you, crossing idiot, and me? Some one in any who knew who know who you know. I'm a young Casa Crown Casa,
was quite proud of.
We are to see or slang, and then or couple of on your shoe. There's no person searching. You want Casabro for Libya. I just want to do Cotosa. I don't phone now the old Casano, saying crowns, I bills as something as a would do ye in our car. And I think you still
also you're proud African. So, yes, we are proud of African will be our portrait. What's wrong with it? A bit in the Adriana making. Say you put to your country, ye near my near making another ye dear. What's wrong with it? And no more know ye healthy wise and cry my body no. Since said, what K.O.D. in Yania, wah, a brain every one. The send your working will be a bilingual. A pride because me ba me nana baako or Canada. And I'm a Jojo, one can't cheat. That will fear the Chinese for new school for I'm say, and I would do for ya, but Diana Meyer, no, the key, aeroplane, the mamma. And I say, what? Well, just and then my dear mamma could talk a crabby. Now, don't me, I would be a bay. Jojo was say, oh, Mamma, that's saying you won't and let's say enough for no. I think how go Joe. What I have pride about one casa because Chinese in one in the Chinese in the Kaya. What quite brooch Chinese in it Canada. Or quite one in the Chinese in your bachelor in China. What China was not cover for. It's your problem, they say. You create 3 years said, you may share languages because I deal with. And Tina, why a school of languages? Well, my young first year, oh, language, any pain it with me catching them. As by a prophecy, and then Sabi, I can't say, maybe I can. That's all 3 years now. That's about crying. If you want is, if you want is, you quote a Malibay, the Muda. May dear descent to be a man pay ben in terms of Madame. I'll be very Darumana. I want to cry about an encounter on in terms of soldier for a Ghana Revenue Authority paying powers and also away into overcome. Yeah, and dispatch. But your identity, and Akushane Yani Ajuani Kwakuni Amani, you know, the Etiane Millis and
1957 did not belong to us Ghanaians alone. It was a freedom that meant throughout the world, especially black people, celebrate of hope. In 1957, the black people of were not seen as equals. Same schools, or receive the same treatments at hospital, or eat at the same table as their white fellow men. And more seriously, they could not even vote. So when Ghana gained its independence, our freedom became a source of inspiration to them too. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the leader of Black American civil rights movement, traveled to Ghana to witness our Independence Day. When he returned to America, he delivered a speech called of the Nation, in which he said, Ghana in her country. Ghana, she told me, was synonymous with freedom, black power, and African excellence. Ghana was the first black African nation to win independence, and so the world's eyes were on us. But the place where our freedom had the immediate influence was on this great continent of ours. If Ghanaians could free themselves from colonial rule, then so too could the rest of Africa. And so they followed in Ghana's steps, one new free African nation after another. The first to take heed to our call was Guinea, which gained its independence in 1958. Guinea was a French colony. After Ghana gained its independence, the French colonies in Africa were given a choice whether they would remain a colony but be given more privileges, or they would rather wish to be granted their full freedom and independence. Under the bold leadership of Ahmed Sékou Touré, who would go on to become the first president, the people of Guinea voted for freedom. When the French colonial government left Guinea, they took everything with them. And the things they could not take, they destroyed. Schools, hospitals, public buildings were shattered to pieces. Cars and books were burnt. It was a message to the other francophone colonies in Africa that this is the price you pay if you go the way of Ghana. But our brothers and sisters in Guinea paid that price, the cost of their freedom, to be able to stand in solidarity with Ghana. So it is an honor for me to welcome my friend and brother, His Excellency Professor Alpha Condé, President of the Republic of Guinea, who has traveled to Ghana today to once again stand in solidarity with us. President Alpha Condé, you're warmly welcome. We're very happy to have you today, and Ghana is your home. Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. President Kwame Nkrumah said shortly after Great Britain's Union Jack was lowered and the Ghana flag was raised, our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. And despite the cost, freedom proved to be an extremely contagious condition. In 1960 alone, 17 African countries gained their independence. My brothers and sisters, what we're celebrating today and what we celebrate on every anniversary of our independence is not just the attainment of freedom. What we are celebrating is what that freedom meant and still means to us and the entire Africa and the world. The door we opened on 6th March 1957 was not just a door to our future. It was not just to our freedom. To countless people across the globe, that door was an opening to the possibility of their own freedom too. This is who we are as Ghanaians. We're able to take what other people consider impossible and make it possible. We are not easily defeated. We are willing to go the full distance in the protection of our country and in service of our dreams. We're a nation with the capacity and the courage to achieve whatever it is we dare to desire, whether it is freedom or democracy or development. And we're willing to work to make that happen. What the rest of the world has long admired about us Ghanaians is that we're welcoming people. They admire the way we so easily form community and the way we so purposely forge a common sense of unity. It is this tendency towards unity that brings us together. Gans, Adangbes, Guans, Akans, Ewes, Dagombes, all of us together as Ghanaians. Mrs. Theodosia Oko, understood this when she designed our national flag, using the three colors that are referred to as the Pan-African colors. Red symbolizing the blood shed by our forefathers and the ultimate price they paid for freedom. Gold symbolizing the riches of our resources, namely gold and other mineral resources. And green symbolizing our lush forests and grasslands. Upon gaining independence, many African nations also adopted these same colors for their national flags, red, yellow, and green. It was a show of solidarity. But there's only one nation whose flag bears the iconic and the original black star. It is the lodestar of African freedom, a star that is used to guide a ship on its course. And that black star is ever present on our national flag to remind us of who we are as Ghanaians and the role that Ghana played and continues to play on the African continent. My brothers and sisters, it is impossible to talk about freedom without also talking about equality. The two go hand in hand. The equality for which our forefathers and foremothers fought extended beyond the collective to the individual. It was their vision that every Ghanaian should be able to live in dignity. It was their vision for every Ghanaian to have access to all the basic tools needed, such as food, shelter, education, and quality health care, to build a decent life for themselves and for their children. This is an ideal we must and will continue working to achieve. Recently, I attended the World Economic Forum in Switzerland, where it was stated by various developmental and social justice organizations that inequality is currently one of the world's biggest global risks. It is a flashpoint for national and social tension. Time and again, we as a people have risen above those things that attempt to divide us. We must continue to be vigilant in our attempts to address the inequalities that face our society. The gap between the rich and the poor must be bridged. All children must have access to quality education, whether they are male or female, or whether they live in the village or they live in a city. Young people must be afforded the skills needed in order to find gainful employment. Proper health care must be available to all our people. These are not just nice statements to stand here and say. These are goals, realistic goals that we must strive every day to meet. Our people's lives depend on it. Ghana's future depends on it. A country without people is nothing more than a piece of land. We cannot afford to leave any of our citizens behind. The more Ghanaians we are allowed to be left behind, be they women, men, or children, the more likely it is that in the larger scheme of things, our country, Ghana itself, will also be left behind. As I was preparing to leave for Switzerland to attend the World Economic Forum, I received a call from a friend who asked me to bring him back something. What do you want me to bring back to you? I asked him. Some chocolate, he said. Chocolate? I was perplexed because I thought he would ask for something else. And my confusion must have registered through the phone. What is it? I asked. No, the Swiss have the best chocolate in the world, he said. Didn't you know that? I was rushing to the airport, so I hurriedly agreed to bring my friend back the chocolate he had requested. But while I was on the plane, I had some time to think and properly consider his request. I wondered, why should I travel all the way to Switzerland to bring this man chocolate when there's chocolate in Ghana? And furthermore, why should the Swiss have the reputation of being the best chocolate makers in the world when they don't produce cocoa and they don't produce sugar? More than half the cocoa beans used to make Swiss chocolate come from Ghana. And yet the Swiss chocolate industry is one of the most reputable and successful in the world. By the time the flight had arrived in Switzerland, I knew that I, John Dramani Mahama, President of Ghana, one of the world's top producers of cocoa, was not going to spend one single peso on chocolate in that country. On my return, I sent my flustered friend a box of Golden Tree chocolates, proudly made in Ghana, the best chocolate in the world. My brothers and sisters, Ghanaians are some of the most enterprising people in the world. We're smart, we're creative, we're crafty, we have a good business sense, and when put to the test, we are indeed very hardworking. There is no reason why a significant number of the items that we import to use on a daily basis cannot be made right here in Ghana. Just as we purchase products that are proudly Italian, proudly Chinese, proudly Turkish, or proudly South African, there is no reason why we cannot manufacture goods that are proudly Ghanaian. If we are to be truly independent, we cannot allow our destiny to be determined by corporations, industries, or individuals who exist beyond our national borders. And that is precisely what we are doing when the majority of what we consume comes from outside. It is precisely what we are doing when all that we export are raw materials extracted from the earth. The days when our wealth, our very wealth, was based only on natural and mineral resources must be a thing of the past. Yes, it's true God has blessed Ghana richly with gold and bauxite and timber and now oil. But as I have said many times before and will continue to maintain, Ghana's greatest resource is its people. God has blessed us even more richly with talent, innovation, and industriousness. Let us use these God-given gifts to transform this great nation of ours. Many of our previous heads of state saw this potential that exists. This potential that will help us hasten the development of our nation, if only we will begin to place value on ourselves and on what we produce. And so on this occasion, I salute all my predecessors who have worked hard to bring us to this stage. The time has come for us to move Ghana to the next level, and we must work together to be able to achieve this. My brothers and sisters, as Dr. Kwame Nkrumah famously said, we face neither east nor west, we face forward. So in furtherance of these ideas and policies by presidents past, whose motivation it was to move our nation forward, I'm calling for every day to be made a Made in Ghana Day. We should all continue with the practice of putting on national wear introduced by President Kufuor's government. But I'm asking us to go one step further. With every piece of clothing we wear, with every item of food we prepare for our meals, with every single thing we use, let us ask ourselves, how much of this is made in Ghana? And even important, if it was not made in Ghana, let's ask ourselves, could it have been made in Ghana? But if you ask yourself, could it have been made in Ghana? And the answer is yes. Then for the... I also wish to thank all the people of Guinea for making your own journey to freedom and standing side by side with your brothers and sisters from Ghana. I'd like to thank the good people of Ghana for always appealing to what is good and right in order to improve on what can be made or done better. Ghana belongs to you, each and every one of you. It is because of your love of Ghana, because of your dedication to this country, our country, that 57 years after it was raised into the ninth sky, our lodestar, the Black Star of Freedom, continues to shine as a guiding light for Africa and indeed the rest of the world. May God bless all of you, and may God continue to shed his good graces on our great nation, Ghana. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So that was the president delivering his Independence Anniversary address. The next we'll have the yell by the military. What's the yell?
It's just hearty cheers.
What kind of question?
It's going to be commanded by.
Your mind dog into no day a baby general was saying po a bra one banner a yano pahime and I want if we mono a tress and car in suno a better. Now so no who said baby a druno ye jay today say ye famusa to was what the will be our buyer as he says sooner bebu a wago pramano sono or don't was na yenina sa or donoso na yen for man and queen who say yenya ye fa hodie no na so hwemu ana Ghana na ye omanye di kan wo abibire mu a yenya ye fa hodie wo se nti enye nwanwa se Martin Luther King enso ba ha sabre no na so de na sha ase na esesa na wo hwe abibire mu ha nso a na o man do na na hwe eye abrofo ase France for so be kire se won a woni giri se won pese won nya won fa ahunde no won de be ma won nso em pese won be hye won be nya fa ahunde de mu won pensa kire wo mu no won be hwe aboa won bebere na Guinea na de kire se won wo so won nya na fa ahunde di a opere fa ahunde na bra wonya na fa ahunde no nso France for ekono one is a son, you might be bring Niaka or Nentimino Corano, one is saying, a pager, a tubimu, a share, and it's a say, a baby, a waka could do no more day man. Now so, and you know why, sons, a Ghana and so dear, at the mamma, my Anakanina, nor the Ashen so dear at the Ma one, a binum so ball, who say one in Tia Quasibruni, near Walker, name one by us, one benya with the far, and in Tea said the guinea in yan the far, with the Anonsono, and young one was sent there, Ura, Alpha Conde. Swabaha in the Swabaha, the water and say, said you are two again, or Bagana ha, Sa Pepe Penalty, and saying I before, or said into saying I saw a coming cromati to honor. And young one was say, in Fiapim, a hound Luciano, a man my bay doing so, and Uninia on the farm with the nature say, and no boy, and me a quainty, or man penny air cassa, Sabre, not to say. Ghana, a far with the Enyano, sent to me and Crabata and Tree, one cana ma. Let's say young coy and Mokra, and Tianya one was a Ghana, Ejina Honor, Ejina Jose, ye be a quite ama, a binuma barber twasso, no, younger baby, I acquire could do. Money, my man and penny phony be a bay one a day. Ghana, say, no, the 2 more. Ye were near my baby, cocoa, Pamonswa, Yanya fan wakao, see a pen crop barcoso, na ye the year, Juma. Na see the year, Juma, so the Anesi, a cosu be dear near the bay and Hodia, and Tiano, as he beside Jose, simple, and here may be a dear home, and here may be a day no webiane, a fadiano. Ye was as a Ghana, dear, a different one, and as a Diana would I one, the only no would be an eno, a Ghana ha, a year, Sierra Hanebe ye dear, and a young fan to whom you know, be who is a young so, ye my idea will may mono, et me, I dear, ye trim with them, or stress, or coins ye movie a war, Switzerland. Na nansi emoni ye ne won ekoto ato adwene wo mpuntu ho na abra wo be krono wo se da damfu be frɛ no no tere se wo ba ya me pade wo Ghana no bi se anse de na ope e no se chocolate na chocolate wo kan ayere me ehun se Ghana ye koko na ye koto na manane no ya na ewodin pa na mpo Switzerland ho na won ko ye no won no ye chocolate akese enso koko dua ba akokora ebi nsi ho nanso se wo hwe enyumaku a won ye koko wo ho no a na ano ode eni nti wo koro no so boa ne ho ebra wo wie ne ma wo ye na dwe se chocolate wo Switzerland ho no want to be the capra na te kukura na ne yonkoro so kan no o ma ne chocolate ni bi fi hair trese Ghana de no na eyimua ewo mu o se we eyade a ese etime be ya ahyensode bi e de man mi ehu se ba bi a yeduro no si ekoye nimu a ye ma ye ne nyina anye se Ghana fo ye ne nyina anye se oman a ye ekoye nimu ne ye ne nyina ye so oman ye ekoye nimu a daachi no eho ba mfaso aman ama ye nchirima de ba beto aso ewa ha o se de wa ba beduro no wa hu so oman no ye dum pempe so
a ye hwe de amampai sabre de kachire na
otupa so mampani tu a ono odika ye so otu na ono tu a na fe o mampani abade akire enso atu na fe ahoho obaaye no se obi o mampani owo mu no de o mampani tu ono be to aso atu ansa na ye hu se ahoho ya mampanyimfo ebaaye no oni nyina atutu kwa ansa na fe o mampani abade akire enso atu
di jono jeku kufo ko bereben
nete so mampani abade akire atu ansa na ono nso o mampani a ono ye dada no ye duro no so amono so ya manaba
o nti akere se oni su bio
na nso ye wo nidie edema no ndi se wo wete so no ekwa ono nso de beto aso akọ ansa na fe asoafo no wona aka no nso no odi nyina atutu nkakra
afi asichere se dwumadi na benawie ye
na chese dwumadi na benawie ye enti mpanyimfo ni nyina akwa afi ansa na asrafo no nso ye be ma won no ekwan na afi won so akọ woni nti na chese edwane mu ada ho enti se ne kro no de ye kọ ni disuo a no chese ya na wona sese se de be ye nidie ebeba nkunya na se penini a wote so no ese ni de ba ho e de ma
odi wanu si ni kra no mampanyin asem okay odi wanu si kra no yenya sa eye ehwani mane ye hwese kasa ne be sisu se tu wa chene samra Ghana kasa ne be sisu se yen kambum asoman ne mpem konkan no yenya sa atenka no kasa ni
ebi ni de okan ye se yehwe a nipa do na do na si niema efiri amama bi so na se wo fa niema efiri amama bi so bisa ho se sa de ewe a wo ye no se ebi ni Ghana ha na se ebi ni hanzo a ye bi wo ha enye yi ana se wo mu a ye ne ye se ebe ye yi de a ene ye nhwe ni mienu na ye nhu se esese ye timi hu se ne ye no ha no se timi ye no ha na ye yi de a se ye fwe ye de no ne ye ansa na empo se ye be kofo man bi so de ye kra ya kofo man bi so de ye
malusi eja kasa mampai ensem dodo na okan no hwa yenya pono wetimasi pono kwa ma yesa ni da so no se ye ka bom ne yetu enwa che ne ya je di se Ghana ye de eba nkwa ni
meti o mampanyin amedi atoto ne mebi ade me hunu se me ko pa abumu kakra tamwa Moses nyankopon eye anesuadi hurode ma Moses wonyi Israel man free Israel nkro no wodo na de sa plan no she ne nsa na me huru se leader bia nyame de beba no o man plan na yeso so ye 3 years kwa me nkruma vision no nyaaye no watwere wo book so ne 7-year development plan wanwie what can happiness ye start ya na ku bae ye was able to nyina wo hono the anti na yen go back to the drawing board na yen kenkan we assess we bibia so the plan to ho say plan way plan one because asema work can say made in Ghana na wo GNTC chain of stores GNTC chain of stores na made in Ghana go so kwa na yeto ye to free AG Leventis ho say yen to made in Ghana goods kwa na GNTC tie wo na sa de be nyina no wa boy yiri da how dada enge safe ne yekohwehwe sa na yema no na sa GNTC stores ya na ye say made in Ghana goods ntini ye to sa stores ni ye be mboa ye afa chance ye cooking to say na wo ho ye go so say ni amehuno say Ghana wokọ se ko makola ene me sum ho efire buru kire no a sabe ade bi wo ho a me ntwa da eho ni faso wokọ hwe ne me sum ho ne me hye me aso hu oh da krosa afa krodu ba bi wo nya kwakora no wakuyo ene me bi wo ho ehia nya wo kan nyina wo kan ni nyina se be take action so wo se ye ni Ghana aduane a poultry farmers enkoko ye ne take how long poultry farmers here start here no stop importation of wow say what's a poultry farmers for new enkoko a everyone say customs ya ene nkokofunu no ye twaso ye betwaso kakra na fa ye twaso short ase na won kan sa sebe wrata na nkrofo sa de ne mai ba okopoto a wonya ba bi kura no wagina Ghana nko ne ye ton ne ye ma afiri ya sei ye beka
ene kwa de mamu asen ne kraba beka ho kraba nyina beka
exactly na se wo koka asem no na entry port na nkasa no ba kro na ne ma yi sabia ya na sei te sania na ken ye beka na mo wa act dia to me no ehunu ne etire ne nkokosi.
All right, on penye peja ne mu die na be die chesu apeja ne mu na se ye die 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 no ye di beba na wi ya ne sa na anse be na wi aja ye fa bi kan chia de share se Ghana dida so ho and so party ka bi kire
yo se ye be ka bibi ana se ye be hwe ne ye hu ne aka wo ye nim no dia se ye nya gidie wu ye mu se dida so ho a daachi oma ne be ye na nso dida so no ma se wo de nya ne ya naba de ya ne je se won so do ho ehye mu bi utimi nya atuhu ache ene wodo de ma wo ma no ansana sai ni da so aye hwe no ebetimi aba ama ayeye na emu se e ka se eye menko a pesema nkuminya eni tirimude eti em wa ye me nya dwuma me enko ye nim ne dia ene na eni da so aye hwe no enya de ebeba ana ebeba kora na kire se etikyire mu na obi ne bu ne be wo mikuro mo se kotoso be ye kuro na nso etikyire mu ne kire se kotoso no na ye kura bi a ye kete kura enti boso no ba ya wo kom na so kuro na be ye kuro na mo etikyire mu ene no ho na wo pe kwa wo ba bi a ensuo ni ti ewa kotoso ne ye rekoto ye enti sa de ho etimi ye bie no enti wote ho anu a chense komfo ne kae no aye no kore enti ye esase etimi me hu se ye betimi aye manida so abade a egira ye ya aye so ye ma ye nya ye ho se ye ya adwumaden ye nya ye ho se ye nya tema ma oma no ye nya ye ho se ye nye peseme nkuminya na emu no se ye de odo ene oduado ehye na ye che ade aba na ye nyina che ne pepepe na enkoche ne fase ne fa emo bi nso nsesa mo ne bode a ene enko ye nimu kakra
no sabobo no ye sesa bo ye bo no enko amedia na borbo bebre
enko ye nimu kakra no de obehu ane se oma no ye tumpo sanse oduma nkoma ja pade a ye wo mayi mu no enke nsese ke ye gira hakura aka se hia ye na nso enam se nipa bi entimi emu nkonta papa mayen bra no wono wo mpanini ne sunti no wono nso anwene papa mayen bra no wono wo mpanini ne sunti no na akwa wie yensa na se ne ye hu se ne me bi anko yie dia ene mom yensesa na kakra na ye hwe na daache se ne yie a ye manso ebeka se bra ye wuda ya daka mremu no kura no wono bebu ye dempa na mo ya anye ne yie dia ye wuda daka mremu no kura no won be san bru ye nuaka.
Well, Ejabrefa, Adom TV, Adom FM. Also, Bube, you see, and no chase a day. Also, Adom TV. Media Mantrenu, Amantrenu, in it. Pay, or the Amian Abisi Sabri, Yama Messia, Pribia, their tones are friend, their farmer and Ghana, Hodia. That way, I brain on my CP printed here. Now, my Nkrumah, so no, and Gruma crack, every crank coming a bra, come a king kind, you may be a Gruma. But that is because I'm young to save him. I'm saying, Chimney and you. Yeah, crowd. I'm making your mother win and the Chimano, and I'm also 200. I said, for the idea of the food dependence way up on the another, it is say, you two and watch it, you can have a dozen from my Ghana. It's a free track we are no, Sana Montunu, a bed day. I'm here who's a meeting. Now, you're quite the Ghana free in T57. Now, Eddie Abedu, hey, I will a fear a unimal show. You be in for me, actual, no baby, I free. Eddie Abedu, made us say, Oda Mamma Dasi, my Miss Redam Masipi. So I should not Kinotu, any Mauli, any bush of Kawina, logo so any new animals are more sound. Camera for our doing in our Becky, any Dolores, any Grace, any makeup artist for us made them. We be also our Gibraltar free no night. Where is Abra, non do about Pamu, native, you are sat, you know, as that can see, and your demo. As my DJ, you answer, Ghana, Ghana anya kane na afi dia kare nyina edi so aba ne basa na Ghana sunsu anso nyina ebetuma ate abapa no edi mi do man hene kwabna sante adom dom ya ekina ebehia ne asa besom mo ene Ghana.
Ghana enyemfinhia aduonum enson na yemfinhia aduonum son ya yenyan yamfa na hoguno so kra ye breyie papa bra yamampani a wodi kan Dr. Kwame Nkrumah botume eboaye eje yemfa ahudie woni nipakuo bi amenne yade ye hu osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah yawo no 1909 ya wo ye enkyerkyere ewo Achimota College ye no ewo Ghana ha sabre no abrofo no ase ena no sha degree ena onyaye efiri sabodi ni mu ne wo mu a ena obeye okandini na odi West African Organization ya na ewo London na enumu no wo mo eto wonsa e de frere so wo mro my Ghana mu sabre no obeye otwetwere ni e de ma United Gold Coast Convention na 1949 ni mu no wote ne ho efrimu ekokote Convention People's Party na enumu no edia na wode abo ho samrane ene se self government now February bosume 1951 mu no womo edi nkunim ema womo enyampanifo ma wondi animu na emu nsoso no ena wodidi mu a ema 6 March 1957 mu no woboaye ema yede ye ho efri kwasikoko ensem it was for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah one ne first prime minister wodi kan enti ne kwata mu kura no ena 1st July 1960 afedie o my Ghana ejina brane ebra na obia eni eso ne mom ye bibia se yankasa o my ewo mu a Dr. Nkrumah ehwe ye boaye se yebenya enkabomo ewa bibra mamunti Wamuti Organization of African Unity eye OAU nanumu no onya emwa ahodo edifri Commonwealth ene inibekuo ahodo bi ho 24th February 1966 muno Dr. Nkrumah aban ewo my Ghana muno aposi ene sradom no etugui na enumu no National Liberation Council NLC ya Lieutenant General Joseph Arthur Ankra ono nana edi enimu ena womo ebetu no General Ankra uhwe emu no a wono so tena so ano April 1969 emu ena afei Lieutenant General Kwesi Amankwa Afrifa ono so ebeye dwamtenani ede ema National Liberation Council womo ewomu na tese oman no se de ekro no de 3-man presidential commission ya General Afrifa eye chairman no wonana ebu wei ema kwan ema 1969 womu yese ene yesade a yento aba abatuo ni mu no Progressive Party government ya Dr. Kofi Abrifabuzia edi wonwani mu no ena obeye prime minister ema Owura Edward Akufo-Addo eye wo mampanini ewomu a Ghana Armed Forces esa be retreat tumi no ewo January bosume da na etosudu emiensa 1972 mu eno no Ignatius Kuntu Echampon ena wono ebeye head of state brekwa no so chairman edema National Redemption Council na edi National Redemption Council no womu sesano edene eye Supreme Military Council ya eno General Champon wo yi ni free ho ede General FWK Akufu ebe share ho July 1978 no emu na wo mu abiem ena Supreme Military Council yeso yetu no efiri ho June 4th 1979 emu was anyama we mun so no na je se nipa dodo no akoko etua so enti wo mute Armed Forces Revolutionary Council ya eno no dwamtenia no wote adwaso sabre no Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlins AFRC wo musi didi mu ahunu ne se ewo se wo mo nsakraye ewo amamuo no mu se be ya atentene ne akontabu papa nso ebetumi aye adwuma eyie pa ehwo ni nyina no ba bosome emiensa entemu no na se kokko no edaso a etwiem tina wo se wo mo eto aba it is September 24th 1979 mu no AFRC wonde tumidie no Emma Kwantakro metre civilian administration sabre no Dr. Hilaliman ya wono enana edi People's National Party no enimo no wondi nkunim ewosa abatu animu eni na enu nansa ena limam amamuo no nso wo mutugu ye December 31st 1981 no emu na chese sede niema ekro no edidim ena ensakraye ba ya Flight Lieutenant Rawlins osaba ya obeye dwamtneni edema 9-member Provisional National Defense Ruling Council PNDC nano so no na wo mpanimfo ya wo mo etutufo trotro enumni ade wodi so a ena odin sakraye bi ba ye se hu behia bete National Commission for Democracy ya wo mo no de adwuma wo mbeya ne se wo mbehwe se kabimami nkabie no ebetimi agyina ne naso na koyie enye no nko nemo mo behwe se mensin so ye benya assembly abedokuo ya ekuo ma anase Ghana form a wonso ewo nkonkuma mu nso no wanu bedu dwamu na afi aban so etie won mo ensem 1990 ni mu no National Commission for Democracy no wo mo eye sene saade edine no yanya no PNDC na ho ena wo mo eye forum ahodo ewo mantam eduno emu a Ghana fo enya no wo mutumi ye de won mo so pe se yenye ni sei yenhwe sei na oman no entumi enko animu se be ye na oman Ghana betumi akọ animu nti no wo mo epaw abedokuo ya wo ma bene wo constitution mu anase amamra ahodo emu wo mo pemso a ye bia na 1957 1969 and 1979 said na niema tie wo keka ni nyina de ebomu kia ne ke won mu wieye e de wanu disem ebaye a won agi etumo eprobosome no da na toso edono enwotwe 1992 no emu wei na ekeka hu bia nti no won dwen se ene sebeye no man ebekoyie democracy mejane na so nti no ye wo se ye yenhyeha ye de to aba abato no obetena so emfie 9 na chire no obesa akọ esia ni mu biem na wo manfo asa akọ akoto aba edibua wo ani odem amwa won so na akọ no foforo a wo manfo ani gye no ho no won wato aba no de ama wo mo enti eto obre bi emma wo mo eto mampani aba November bosume de to so miensa 1992 no emu a Flight Lieutenant Rawlins wogina mu edema National Democratic Congress ya eno mu no abato no keka bo mu no ha mu chichemu aduonum enwotwe na tripo enwotwe ena wonyaye na eno so no Professor Albert Edubuahin woni na gina mu de ma MPP amanyoku no woni so nya wo ha mu chichemu aduasa na tripo enan ema Dr. Hilali Manso People's National Convention wonya mu ensia na tripo nson owura kwabena donko woni so gina mu de ma National Independence Party wonya mu mienu na tripo enwotwe ene afoforo enkaye wo moto mrashebedwa ede no December bosume de to so adunum kuno 1992 ni mu eno so ikoko ahodo wo mu nyina so de wo ho ahihye mu ebia ni nyina no na wo mu dodo mrashebedwafo no eye 200 ewi akire no na chese NDC enya seat no 189 NCP enya enwotwe Eagle Party nya mienu Independent enya mienu ena amanyoko 9 MPP PNC NIP PHP womde ebo parliamentary election gu kura se niam bi wo ho no mu a womo ebo anyoso for Fourth Republic ni mu nso no womo epaw eye mampania wonkoto aba no eyi no eye Flight Lieutenant Rawlins ehontoma General Bosome de to so 1993 no emu na ho ena oyi owura bi ene wanya ne ba bi ekro owura KN aka se mampani abedi akire wo mu yiye wenu mu nyina ewieye na wo semra hye bedwafie ye nyachia mehina wono so bedi ne dwuma Justice DF Anan wo no na wo mu yi no 1996 abato sa akoso e ma kane mampani Rollins osai FBM December 7 2000 mu e de hu hia se esa to aba John Ekofo ogina mu edema MPP amanyuku a wodi mu nkunim ewo mampani die mu oham chichemu aduanan enwotwe na chiri po baako ene enson na enumu nso no kane mampani Rollins wono ankode nanso mampani a wanya ne ba bi ekro Jonathan Mills wono ne gina ye NDC edinimu wo hwe mrahye bedwa adie mu no a MPP ena womo enya emanu dodo pa na ni aka no nso ohumuchichemu anase seat 92 no ekodema NDC December 28th yesa to ababiem runoff election ya eno no 5 opposition parties nyina womkokotai kane mampani okofo akiri enu nti no ema ntwodie eba mampani a wanya ne ba bi ekro Mills ema ono wantumi eni emu enkunim abato okokọ so a na omai Ghana yede ababedu sa empempenso ya December bosome de toso enson 2008 no no abato okokọ so a kane mampani John Evans Atamil so wanya ba bi ekro wono so edi mu enkunim na ni nyina enkunim die no ejina se eye tan abato mpesua ye bo bono na afomantem won na ema ho kwan ema yetimi hunu pote die wodi emu enkunim ni na anubi na ba mo wodi na pakan kese be kan kane mampani Atamils July bosome da na toso adonu enan won fiempino ene du emienu no emu ntini mfie nan na nke wose wosom se mampani no wanu ho nemom mfie miensa ene fa ena je wotoye na ekoba ne saade a na je se de edika kura ne mampani ti akonwa so wafiri mu wo my Ghana eno no ya mamra no se mampani tode a na bedi akire ene wo John Drummond Mahamanti womo ya mamra ne amane eji no etumu se woni so enu ne dimu a amamfie mpino ene dumienu yeto aba ene waye Ghana mampani a ene de ya no na fofie danso yedi yaje ye hu free kwasi kokko ensam finhia aduonum ensuni a omen yeda so ejiremu
at long last the battle has ended. And thus, Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. From now on, there is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
Ghana, we now have freedom. Ghana.
In the northern region. Many thanks for your time.